The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, we fight a bunch of machine monster animal things.
Schweiss was ready for this.
I don't know.
Shall we play a game?
Player to another.
Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast hosted by three normal people and one autist. I am your host and normal person, Caleb Schweiss.
Well, what are you saying about autists, man?
They like to scream a lot.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I am Joe.
I'm Caleb Craig, and also a normal person.
And this is Cameron, who's very confused at
So
this
if we
point.
call your girlfriend a screamer, is that an insult?
Yes. Yes. And today,
He
as you
would
guys know, we are going to be reviewing Horizon Zero Dawn, a game gifted by a great friend of the show, Darth Jamu. He sent us all a
DTR.
copy of this game, and we decided to work it into the rotation and do like an Uber game out of place. So
It was a wonderful gift, and we thank you for it.
yeah, thank you so much, and yeah, glad we finally got a chance to sit down and review this bad boy. It's been a little delayed for various reasons.
Just one.
Little
but-
delayed.
Just one reason.
What's the
Two
one?
reasons.
I didn't want to finish it on time. I put
You
it
didn't
off.
want to?
I put it off purposefully.
Shame.
We talked about this.
Shame. Get naked. We need to have like one of those Game of Thrones things. We need a bell.
See, I don't actually feel that stressed right now because I'm like, I got 2 weeks for Fable, and I got 2 weeks for Alone in the Dark, and I'm good. It's all right. Everything's cool. It wasn't.
You gonna be able to
also
beat that Fable
Horizon
in 2
Zero
weeks?
Dawn. Yeah,
Fable 2 is tiny.
It's true.
and I also love
Speaking of that,
Fable.
you're done with it, right?
Yeah,
So I'm going to take it home, right?
if you want, yeah.
Yeah, well, of course I want. Take a
He has
play
to.
a game for free or buy it. So, yeah.
For $5,
Yeah.
which is right. It'll be at the
$5 off right here, the Dylan special. is what it is.
GameStop.
The Dylan special.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that, and then like Joe said, in 2 weeks we have... It's 2 weeks to Fable 2, right? Is that
I
what you
believe
said?
so. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep,
and
2
then a
weeks
couple
from
weeks
now.
after that, I think it's Shadow of Mordor for Cameron and I, and then we have...
Will I ever get a chance to play Persona early?
You had so much time.
I've
You
had
could have
time
started
to
it.
play other games that need to be beat before now.
Dude, it's a fucking turn-based game. You can stop whenever the fuck you want to. Go back in, grind a little more, and then just keep playing.
No.
Yeah, you can do that.
We
it's
did
a
this
thing.
vote for
It's a
you.
100-hour game.
We did do the vote early for you guys.
I know.
But, and it was mostly for you. Craig has
Oh, yeah.
unlimited time.
How
That's not
far are
true.
you? How far are you done in Persona, Greg?
I think I have like 7 or 8 hours.
So you're not even that far in.
Yeah.
Giving him shit.
I haven't been playing because he hasn't. There's no point in me beating. There is literally no point in me playing a 100-hour game before Cam starts it. Because if I
There's-
beat the game and then
No.
there's no reason.
No,
for
it's
that.
a classic.
If there's no reason for me to play, because like if I'm done and then 12 months later Cam finally finishes the game, then I have completely forgotten everything that I need to remember
Do you
for the
remember?
review.
Do you remember last week or the last couple of weeks when we were trying to figure out who should do what when, because Cameron and Joe hadn't beaten Horizon Zero Dawn, and Cameron tried to do that same thing and say, "Well,
No, I didn't
Joe
try
hasn't
to.
beaten it, so I didn't try to beat it." And it's like, well,
I still have 5 months to do it, and I have started the game. I have actually started the game.
5 months. It's a 100-hour game. That's 10
I have 90.
hours.
I have
a
like
month.
90 hours to
10
go.
hours a
Yeah,
month is not hard.
there's no point in me putting in that extra 90 hours if
That's 20
Cam's not going
hours.
to
That's
start
Sorry,
yet.
Yeah.
20 hours a month.
I math.
Duh.
What am I, a fucking retard?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, get that started because Cameron's failure doesn't justify your own. Although you haven't failed yet.
It's classic Craig, though. Oh, it's not my fault. It's because of him.
I've been telling you to fucking do it. That's so I can fucking start it.
Well, you can start anytime you fucking want to.
Just
start the game.
I don't want to have a 100-hour game beaten 4 months before I have to.
You're not gonna get it
for
beat
you
4
to
months
just
early.
not be done.
Kayla,
You're not going to beat it 4 months early.
You're being an
Dude,
enabler, Cameron.
yes, I
You're
am.
an enabler, dude.
Yeah.
Just play the fucking game.
I'm going to
Yeah.
play, but first I have to beat Fable.
Yeah.
And then
Dude,
after
that's
Shadow.
what you fucking
Wait,
said about
no, you
Bounty
should be
Hunter.
playing
I'll
this
start.
at the
I'll start
same time as
Persona right
playing
after I
Fable.
beat Bounty Hunter.
You have 2 weeks to beat a very short game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can probably get Fable done in like
Yes.
a week and then use that extra
You know what
time
you should
on
do?
it.
You should just go balls deep and like finish Persona.
What I
5
would
in 2
do-
weeks and be like, "What is that, Caleb?"
Just don't tell them. I just
Yeah.
show off
do
flying
it
all the time.
I want you to fucking do that.
Show off.
You know,
line.
we have to, we play 2 games at the same time every time,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cam's just incapable of it.
It's pretty
I'm
brutal
capable.
sometimes.
It
I
is.
still want to.
Especially when you have an extra game in the mix.
Yeah,
It's
especially
sometimes
no. I would
very
say
brutal, and then you purposefully put off the game for 2 weeks.
I would say especially when you have to platinum the game when you feel like you need
You don't
to do it.
have to platinum the game. You realize that you could have beaten me like way easier if you had not plugged like over 100 hours into platinuming the last 3 games you have.
Yeah, probably. But
I love the abuse that is put on the Twitch stream for Cameron because you said, you know what, fuck Cameron. We're going to, instead of using this giant blank monitor space that we could use on the video screen to put the text behind, let's put it in front of Cameron's face.
that's fair, actually.
No, it's good.
It's like, what the
That's
fuck
a good.
is he
That's
doing?
a good plan.
Nobody needs to know Cam's actually here.
Oh no. I'm going to beat the game. I'm not going to not have it done on time. So I just don't need to do it right now.
Yeah, but you're so daunted by the fucking 100 hours that's why we started the fucking thing early.
I'm not daunted. Okay, yeah, 100 hours is a long time. The reason why I wanted so much time to play it because I know I could only take this type of game in small doses.
Well, then
Then you should have started it after Bounty Hunter like you fucking
play
said.
one,
but I had to beat
one
another
day a
game.
week
Uh-oh.
and play a few hours worth.
Caleb's getting up to those pitches that
Dude, I can
that we
do that
can't-
easily.
that
It's
we
not
can't,
a
that
big
Joe and I
deal.
can't hear anymore because of our concert days.
Yeah, he just
The cat just starts going, "Meow."
Caleb dog whistle mode. Oh man, the old Craig laugh too when it would reach the unhearable range.
Dude, it's too
No,
high.
that's what we should do when we create our own like little society. Caleb's little cry will be like the Fallout alarm. He'll be like,
No, it should be chow.
No, we need to make a game where all of the sounds in the game has been replaced by Craig sounds. Like the firing of the gun is doot 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 doot. And then if a grenade goes off, it's like dude, and then his little dude, and then the tinnitus nears is that.
Dude, you know what? I could actually do that for the Nude Clan game. I can record my own sound effects. So I could just like I could have like spells be like whatever I say they are for the sound
Nice.
effects.
sounds like we need to do it.
Oh man, it'd be perfect.
All right. What has everybody been playing?
I've been playing some Overwatch this morning with Shinru. Played some Alone in the Dark. Played
yourself?
a little bit of yep.
By
I
yourself.
was alone in the dark. Yeah, I'm not together in the dark with Joe.
Nice.
Let's see what else have I been playing. Fuck, I don't remember. Oh, Dragon Quest 2. I've been playing that.
Weird.
And and some Killing Floor 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. It's great. It's good stuff.
Fantastic.
Fantastic
The
stuff.
best stuff.
Greatest stuff.
Cameron.
Tremendous.
Did I play any Killing Floor this last week?
I don't know.
You guys
Did
were
you?
playing something.
It would
the
have
other
had to have
day
been
'cause
with
Craig
you.
Was like Cameron left for D&D.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we
that
were
was
just in a
yesterday.
chat. He was playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, so I played Horizon Zero Dawn. I played a
You
little bit of
accept invites
Overwatch.
when you're playing a single player game from Craig.
So this is.
He's
I'm going to show you
company.
this.
You'll get rid of that
Company to
soon.
keep.
You'll get rid of that
Okay,
soon.
so I have notifications turned off when I'm in game, but the Craig does not let that slide. So I'll show
I
you.
demand if I send you a fucking party invite, you
I'll show
fucking
you this.
join that fucking party.
I don't
Look at
think
this.
I do.
Look at this.
Oh wow! Lots of exclamation points.
This is when you don't join Craig's party.
Join my party.
Nice.
Exclamation, new text, exclamation, new text, exclamation point, new text.
So I pick up my phone. I'm like, wow, it's like a really clingy girlfriend.
No, I just none of you ever fucking pay attention, and
I
the
see
only
him.
way to
I'm
get a
just
hold
like,
of you is
oh
to
my
fucking
God.
like talk to you on Messenger.
And so I join his party, and then I just ignore him the whole time because I'm trying to fucking listen to the game and like really get into the game because I have to review it later. And just
No,
hear
you don't.
Craig's voice in the background. Oh, dude, oh, you should have seen that. Oh, dude, Titanfall. Oh, I just killed the dude. Oh, that's all. That's basically what it is when you join the Craig party.
So
It's not true.
I briefly had a girlfriend in high school for like 2 weeks, and she would. I remember this, man. I would just get texts that were and I started getting off on for like not getting off, but I started getting on people for like sending fucking one word texts because she would just send. That's all she would send. She'd be like, "Hey," I'd be like, "What the? Well, how am I supposed to respond? Hey." And then she would she would not continue a conversation no matter what. Or she'd be like, "Hey, what's up?" Like she would try to open
So she would
a
contact
conversation
you,
via text,
and then you would try to,
and it would just be like a 1 or 2 word talk to
Response.
me.
Yeah.
But then I would respond, and then she'd have nothing. She would just have nothing.
Nothing
So
to
it's just
offer.
like fucking like no response, no continuing of a conversation. And then Caleb would do it too.
Oh, I do it to piss him
Until
off because I
22
know that
years
he
old.
like he hates it.
Because he'd be like, "Oh yeah, sending the text K, just don't."
Yeah, that's when I know I'm not getting laid tonight, is when I get the K. I'm like, ooh, I did something. Start like inventorying. I'm like, all right, what dick actions have I taken that will cut me off?
But Caleb would
This
just
night.
send a sup.
Yeah.
Sup.
Yeah, so if any of the listeners ever start doing that,
It's
we
like,
just like cut
hey,
them off.
how about you just ask the question that you're leading into first? Like, hey, do you want to hang out at like 5 because I get off work? Instead of,
Or at least add
Sup.
some like
Dude,
subterfuge
that's sup.
to it. Like, what are you doing at 5?
The
Like, that's
sup-
more than sup.
Dude, the sup was to piss Joe off because I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
and then
damn
the
it,
question would
I think it's
follow.
because you're lonely.
No,
I think
I'm
that's the same
dude,
reason why we get the chats.
Dude, I fucking do all this shit to piss off Joe. It's great.
Why do you invite me and Cameron to chats to piss off Joe?
No,
Okay.
because Joe wants company.
There-
Oh,
yeah,
you-
yeah,
I
yeah.
We'll give it to
exclude
us.
him.
There was this one
Yeah.
time where Joe joins the party and he was like, I think he was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. He's like, I'm just super lonely, just want to join someone's party, and I'm like, oh hey, okay. And then I had some other friends join. I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to leave our party because I gotta go talk to them because Joe's mic is just so bad.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because
It is
when you're
painful.
trying to listen, like you're trying to play, and Joe's mic is just in the background all the time. Like I don't want to hurt his feelings. I don't want to hurt his feelings, but man, it's so loud in the background all the time.
is it that terrible, Craig?
I'm not really.
And when I'm trying to listen to the game, and all he can hear is over the voice acting.
it must be like some weird connection because I get that with like you, and then I get that with Caleb sometimes.
I've only got it really bad with Joe.
Yeah, Joe is like unplayably bad.
I've never had like static or anything with Joe.
I think you're crazy. The Twitch people are like, "What the fuck is that sound?" Sounds like I can't remember what somebody said. It sounds like skateboard. Yeah, that's what Pixel Edge said.
I think that you just suck at streaming. I'm pretty sure that's what somebody said yesterday.
Yeah,
Right?
well, no, that's
Yeah.
because of the game volume. For
Joe and I are better streamers.
FF, that is not true. You guys are not as on the ball. Come on. But
I don't know. Your sound quality was pretty bad yesterday, Caleb. I was watching it.
You should just watch. Next time he streams, he's going to be on a ball as he's streaming.
Yeah.
I told you I was actually on the ball.
I am always on the ball. I'm
He's sitting there bouncing on a ball as he's playing.
gonna have to find a ball in a game and then just like start streaming.
Caleb's streams are
Like, you
enjoyable.
see
You know
this?
that Cameron thought real life, and Caleb Craig thought the virtual world.
Yeah, I thought he was going to actually be sitting on a ball as he's streaming.
No, actually, I could.
It's like
probably
that's where
do that.
Caleb's mind goes. He's like, never in real life sit on a ball. What are you, stupid?
It's going to pop,
I'm
dude. It
stre-
can't hold you.
If I'm fucking streaming, they wouldn't see me sitting on the ball.
No, you'd be bouncing on
That's
it.
why it would be better
Wide
to be
angle
on a
lens.
ball in the game.
Well, I got a secret for you. If you move the camera further away from you,
I'm not
you
gonna
can
do that.
actually capture more of the room.
Yeah, I'm not
Could
going to
be.
do that.
Oh, he's not going to want
I want
to
everybody. I want everybody to see my face.
Nah. Oof.
I want it framed.
I think your tits are probably the best part of you.
I
to
could
be
probably
honest.
frame my tits.
You should totally
That's your
wear-
best feature.
Okay.
Yeah, you got
Caleb,
tits.
Next
That's
stream,
like a-
next stream, push-up bra, unbutton a couple, and then see how many views you get.
Oh my god!
And that just be the thumbnail.
I
Have
think-
that be the thumbnail of your stream.
I think the hairy cleavage
no.
might be a turn away.
No, keep the
There's gonna be some people that are gonna be really into it.
Oh,
You
man.
know, there's got to be a section of pornography,
It's like
and those
hairy-
people are looking so
hairy
hard.
tits.
Oh man.
Jesus.
Oh man.
You got your niche audience.
I can't believe that would be a thing. I just can't.
It's got to be a thing.
Oh,
dude.
Joe sounds like he knows
I'm
something
sure-
or another about it.
No, I don't, but I believe that it's probably a thing. I don't want to be the one who does the search.
Yeah, it's okay. Caleb
No.
will do it.
Well,
Yeah, I'll
Caleb
find.
has no fucking just compass on that shit. He's just like
The compass just
Porn.
spins.
All porn is Caleb's
What do you mean
porn.
category?
no.
What the fuck is this? Filter?
So he just
need
finds
a
some of the just the
filter.
nasty shit just to laugh at. It's all comedy to him.
I saw some stuff the other night on it. Like I clicked on a video thinking it was gonna be a good video, and then it was like I should send this to Schweiz because he would think this is hilarious. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna send him a link to porn.
Yeah, you should. He'd love that shit.
I don't want to find it again.
You would just be. It would just be lol. That's what you would get back from me.
like, well, I thought this was just kind of gonna be normal, and then it was not.
Dude, some of the things that Caleb has sent me in
was
Cam in a
not
chat is
normal.
definitely not okay.
I mean, sometimes Dude Clan chat lives up to its
Okay,
name.
I'll tell you
but-
what it was. It was a compilation video.
Oh, okay.
And like right into the video, someone is like parasailing and they're getting rammed.
They're getting rammed while
With,
parasailing?
There's like a vibrator stuck in them. Oh, what? And they were landing right at that moment. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" And it was like it was a compilation of like really weird
What was like?
circumstances.
What was the thumbnail and what was the name of the video to
Yeah,
like
it's
intrigue
kinda
you?
like,
Like, oh, this is going to be a great, little
And it
video
was just
to watch.
like I don't know, a cute naked girl. That's usually what I click on. So that's all there was. And then it was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Wow. Yeah.
And I wanted to show you. And there was like this weird song in the background. Like it was a music video.
Nice.
It's
God, dude.
it's her montage. That's what it was.
Oh my god.
you just
Greatest
got
That
to.
was one of a few things.
You just send him the fucked up porn video. He'll laugh and categorize it for later.
I don't keep the
Especially if
history.
it involves dwarves.
It would mean I would have to search
Yeah.
for it.
I did find one that was. It was Snow White and the Seven Dwarves, I believe. 7 midgets. It was
Nice.
It was all right. It was funny, but that's about all I can say.
Oh man,
I'm pretty sure it was one of those older ones, so there was some some major bush going on. So I was like,
Vintage.
yeah, I as much as I love a good year,
Like Laura Bush or George?
some W, yeah.
Was it in
Fooled
the
me
shape of a
once.
W?
Yes, yes. Oh, dude, Wonder Woman. She should totally do her pubes. Like her little logo, like little 2 W's.
Yeah, it probably is.
Big fan of the W. Yeah.
There you go.
Anyway, Cameron's
Cameron's played.
Oh.
Yeah, so I didn't play. I saw Horizon Zero Dawn and Overwatch. And does D&D count as a video game nowadays?
No.
All right, so
You
that's
have
about
to
it.
have a video.
Yeah, a sort of connection to a television
Yeah.
and or
Well, there
monitor.
was a television involved because he did a whole bunch of extra stuff for
With the
it.
extra mile for it.
So I told them about this one program that I've found through a YouTube ad called Sirenscape, where you can just basically a program for sound drops and atmospheric noises, and he went balls out for it. So he so he downloaded the thing, then you have to purchase the sounds, and so he purchased a few sounds to have had an atmospheric value, and then sounds for sword hits and stuff like that.
So he went balls deep.
He hasn't gone full balls deep.
Okay.
He's got
Just
the
the
tip
tip?
wet. Yeah, he's got the
Soon
tip
he'll
wet.
get like a lighting set going, and he'll press a button, and it'll go all red and scary.
He'll build
But it was
All
actually-
theatrical and shit.
It was actually kind of fun, though. Yeah, it was actually kind of fun. So
Well,
probably do that
I'm
again.
surprised you're doing that.
It's a safe environment to express your nerd.
You're the you're the one that wants the least to do with that kind of shit, as far as I was concerned before, but now
Hey, it's a safe environment for you to learn about yourself nerd wise.
Okay.
Learn about yourself, explore, do some
Explore with some other dudes.
experimentation, guys.
There
Let's
was-
experiment with each other.
There was a female there. Just say that.
There was
Was she role playing
was
as
a
a dude?
female and is now a dude
No,
in transition. Cameron,
No.
come on, be honest.
no,
Oh, okay.
no,
Or was a dude?
no. Joe would probably be really attracted to her
How do you know that?
because I think you kind of have a type going. So
Think I have a type?
Was she plain
Asian?
looking?
no.
Because if she was
no.
playing, then Joe won't like her.
This is okay.
I just know.
People have judgments on my type, whatever that is.
We
I don't
know-
think Joe
we
has
know
a
what the-
type. I think it's just slightly Asian, and that's fine.
It's Asian and Latina.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Anybody small and dark.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
They never mind because she's taller than Joe. So
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, never mind.
Not at all.
He doesn't go for that.
Anyway,
Caleb is hooked up. He just knows. What? Okay, all right.
I do know, dude.
All right.
I've known you for a while.
All right. So is he.
I just
if
know
she
you
doesn't
better, I guess.
parasail, it doesn't. She's nothing.
Yeah.
Is what I've learned.
Gotta
today.
go skydiving and parasailing.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna start looking for real niche shit like that,
Dude.
Some skydiving, like money shots.
It was
Imagine
weird. It was super weird.
Okay, now
I
I'm just
gotta
thinking
find the
about
video.
some dude beating off and then just bombing people like pigeons.
Oh yeah. I'm thinking of like an Olympic. I'm thinking of. Okay, here we have the
Why are you
chick, right?
thinking of these things?
We have the guy with the mega load, right? He's been saving up for a while. He's taking those pills. He's spraying. We have him beat off and then
Christ.
spray his load and make sure it separates, and then people dive behind him and try to catch it.
No, come on.
It's like a fucking mini game where they're gonna go grab as much seed as they can.
Slip and slide.
Yeah, but they're falling from thousands of feet in the air. Just
Goes up the nose.
Oh god, I swallowed it.
yeah.
No, it gets in some bird's eyes. It's going down.
Oh, Abrax says, was the parasailing video an Asian girl? 'Cause he said he found a GIF on Reddit.
Oh my god! Yeah, it was.
All right, you've watched the same porn as Joe. How does it feel?
I wasn't watching that.
Oh,
until, like-
was it? No,
No.
It wasn't. No.
I was not jerking off at that point in the night.
That's a warm up.
Like I was, yeah, that was
It's
a
a
warm
warm-up
up
vid.
Well, it was going to be, and then I started laughing. I was like, "What the fuck is this thing?"
Nice. I have been playing a bunch of Shadow of Mordor, and I have been playing Final Fantasy XIV. We just barely finished Heaven's Word. We're going to have a review out on Ultima Final Fantasy for that Monday. And I think other than like Pokemon Go a couple days, just walking around, I haven't really played anything. It's just been that and then watching a shitload of The Wire this week. So
That's a good game.
Yeah.
I've heard.
The guy from The Wire is in Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
And that's all I could think of when I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, that guy from The Wire.
That Reddick dude or whatever.
I don't call him any other name but that guy from The Wire.
Yeah.
It's Silence.
Yeah.
Silence!
Yeah. What about you? What have you been playing?
I beat Horizon Zero. I mean, I played Horizon Zero Dawn.
You better have beaten it.
Yeah, I did beat it. And I also played FF14. And played some Fable 2, which was fun. And I got up really high in that there blacksmithing and bought another house so that I could have some passive income going in
Nice.
Fable 2. And then I got this like urge, a secondary urge, because I have had this urge before, to find a real estate game. And there's like no fucking good real estate simulator business games. I'm finding that is the most ridiculous thing that doesn't exist. It's so
Yeah.
like a thing where you can like rent out houses and it'd be like somewhat realistic, you know.
Think there'd be some kind of real estate tycoon.
So I splurged last night and I got, what was the game you wanted me to get that I got on PS4 that I haven't played yet?
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley. I got Stardew Valley. And then on the Steam sale, I went ahead and got a game that has had me curious for forever. And that would be Farming Simulator. And I got the 2015 one because I was like, okay, I'm going to drop $6 on the 2015 one because 2017 one might not be my style. And if it is not my style, then I will have wanted to do the earlier one that was cheaper. Got Farming Simulator 2015, and I got a game. I was actually able to find a real estate game, but it's pretty fucking cheap looking, and it's not that realistic either, which really ticks me off. I got this real estate game called Build a Lot, which I played half of the campaign of, and I'll finish the other half of the campaign so I can get something for the hog next week because it's super short. Anyway, and so I want to talk about Farming Simulator 2015. Because, guys,
Oh man,
I
hearing
thought-
him play this was great. by
I
the
thought
way.
it was going to be like this. You know, you start with your plot of land, you have some money, and then you build a crop, and then, like, as the seasons change, you know, you, like, sell the crop, and then, like, put guys on different things so that you could know. This was a first-person game where you have 2 fields, and you can buy more fields, but they cost a shitload. And you are a farmer, and you walk to your tractor, and you have to till your own soil. You can't hire a worker for like 5 feet of it, and that's about it. You have to plow the entire field yourself, and there's no like automated shortcut thing. It is you with the button on the keyboard showing him where to drive, and you're there with like a super realistic amount of time going through the field and then turning around and cutting the field this way. So you got to mow a lawn. So this is Lawn Mowing Simulator.
Jesus
And it is
Christ.
a simulator. It is as realistic as you could possibly be and still call it a game, with the exception of actually hiring workers, which I was like, come on.
Yeah, just got on the Home Depot. Are you kidding me?
Anyway, there's no menu function where you like see your entire game and like, oh, I can play with this. No, you have to go to the fucking store. You have to like walk or drive to the store, right? And then you have to buy your fields after you've made enough with your crops that you've like harvested and like sown, and it is too realistic, guys. Guys, this game has officially gone to the too realistic to be fun zone. It's like that Microsoft flying simulator.
The flight simulator?
Yeah. It's like that.
It's probably less fun, though.
No, I was going to
honestly.
say, if you like that, you should try the train simulator.
I was blown away by just how realistic this game was. And I said, I'm so glad I did not spend money on the 2017 one, because the person who would this game would be for would
It's
be
for you,
someone
Joe.
who
It's
like
micromanaging as
once
fuck.
lived on a farm and then moved to New York City and really misses it, and in his downtime plays Farming Simulator 2015.
He'd probably upgrade to 2017.
He probably did upgrade to 2017. I cannot believe there's a long-running series of kind of expensive games. Like, they're not the $10 little indie throwaway games like you see on Steam. Like, they're an actual game. I can't believe they made a franchise out of this thing. It is insane, guys. It's nuts. You have to do everything. So you get in the truck and you have to drive it, but then you also have to like put the equipment into place in order to till the field just right. It's so much, guys. You got to try it because it is. You don't
spend the $6 to try this game. I'm telling you that it's
telling
shit.
you, dude. I'm not telling you it's shit. There was nothing about it that was shit. It was just I'm stuck as a farmer. This is what I do.
I was wondering. He called me up and he's like, "Hey, Schweiss, what do you think about farming? What are you talking about?" He's like, "I don't know. I just feel this urge to go just buy a plot of land and just fucking till it. You want to go till some land with me?" No, I don't want to till. What are you fucking talking about?
Now, so before I can pass the farm on, or
I was
gotta
expecting
get a
something
high
more
score on
like
Farmer Simulator.
farmland, but like more extensive and realistic.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you get to kind of like set settings.
Or Farmville, sorry.
I've never even touched Farmville.
Yeah, well, I'm saying like something that sort of overview simulation. This was you are simulating a farmer.
Yeah, that sounds like
Let's-
shit, dude. I don't want to touch that.
You got to touch it just to know.
Dude, there's other ones too. There's like the Euro Truck Simulator, the
I think
Train
you actually
Simulator.
just drive a truck in Euro Truck Simulator.
You do. You have jobs you have to do.
And then
so.
there's another one where you like manage a bus station and you have to like manage all the buses and drive the buses.
But is it a first-person POV where you walk around?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's made by like the same people.
It's probably first person for the truck one, but at least the truck one, like you have missions, you gotta like drop shit off on time. Like I think the farming one would probably.
I wonder
be
if
the
it's
most
super
painful.
realistic too. Like you're actually driving across America with your.
Yeah, Christian said
It's
that.
Euro
Could
Truck
you
Simulator.
imagine one that
So
was
not
like
across America.
they have those like soccer manager ones?
Dude, that sounds like the worst thing in the world.
That, like, what if it was
Head
as
coach.
hyper realistic as the fucking farming simulator? So you like got to go in and you got to like manage the like talks to buy like certain players, and
Yeah,
you got to like
that's
you
how
got
it is,
you got to
dude.
do it right, otherwise you're fucked. Can't spend too much money.
That's how it is. Those games are too much. It's like, wow, I love sports, so let's do the one where I have to manage the sports team. No, don't do it. Don't ever do it. Ever.
I want a roller coaster tycoon, but for real estate. That's what I want.
yeah, where
Yeah.
it's like kind of high overview.
I guess Fable's your only choice for that right
Yeah.
now.
I know
Fable's-
Fable's like, whoa, I
Yeah.
can buy a house and get renters. And
Fable's way cool that way, but it's not the same. It doesn't scratch that real itch.
It's
But I'm
true.
sure it
But
scratches it
no
more than
other
Farming
game
Simulator.
comes close. So
oh my god.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I did actually play like quite a few games this week. So it's an unusual
surprising.
week. Yeah. Yeah.
But the
Okay.
important part is that anybody beat a game this week.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
nope.
I beat Horizon.
I did not beat anything. I'm on the last mission for Shadow of Mordor,
Nice.
but not done.
I think I have like 4 or 5 missions left in that game.
So Craig didn't beat a game, so you know what that means?
Craig sucks.
Craig's still ahead.
Oh.
In first place for King Hog, Fable 2 is not...
What?
Fable 2 is King Hog.
Fable 2
huh?
King
I looked at the
Hog.
list and I
Hog of the
actually just
world.
read the next to the number. Craig has 13 games beaten. Schweiss has 12 games beaten. Cameron has 10 games beaten. I have 7. Soon to be 8 with Build a Lot.
So you got
Great.
you got at least more than one a month for now.
There you go.
So that's something, I guess. Anyway, we do have a question here. This one was submitted, honestly, kind of an embarrassingly long time ago by our good friend Gamin Asian Cajun. Let's see what he has to say.
Hey there, Nude Clan. It's the Game and Asian Cajun, the One Nation, and I'd like for you to take a trip with me back to 1998. That's right, 1998, when
you're
Caleb
right, that
Schweitz
was a long time
54
ago.
years old. Cameron was just discovering his love for closets. Caleb Craig just saw the sun for the first time. And Joe was about to get
later
his
than
cherry
that.
popped 1 year later by The Matrix. This was also a great year in gaming, with wonderful games such as StarCraft, Ocarina of Time, Half-Life, Pokemon Red and Blue, and Metal Gear Solid coming out, which made 1998 considered one of the best years of gaming. Now let's fast forward to the present.
Red and Blue
Caleb Schweitz
came out
is
before
87
that.
years old. Joe has not recovered from the cherry incident. Cameron's finally coming out of the closet, and Caleb Craig has still only seen the sun one time. With that said, 2017 is also shaping up to be a great year of gaming, with Neo, Nier Automata, Mass Effect Andromeda, Breath of the Wild, and Horizon Zero Dawn, and Persona 5, all before E3 has even happened. And then, of course, we have games later this year like Mario Odyssey, Battlefront 2, and Call of Duty returning to World War II. So I ask you guys, do you think 2017 will be one of the best years in gaming history? Take care. Keep doing what you're doing. We enjoy the content, and put some clothes on, guys.
Nah.
Gotta stay nude.
Rock out with your cock out is what I say.
That's right.
Those are all sequels, though. I'm not...
Horizon Zero Dawn's that.
When he went through the games
Mario
in
Odyssey is
'98,
a sequel.
it seemed like it was a lot of... At least a lot of them were first-time runners. Well, maybe not. I don't know, because Metal Gear Solid, I guess, is still Metal Gear, and then
Yeah, it's different though.
Legend of Zelda. It feels different, but I guess it isn't really different. What I don't know, guys. I'm not hip with the new stuff.
You're not hip?
Yeah, most of the games he mentioned, none of us have played.
Yeah,
So
I'm wondering, for those who are caught up with like those Battlefront series and stuff that I haven't played, are you guys excited about the year?
yeah, dude, Battlefront 2 looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, Battlefront 2 does look
Even if
pretty
you've
good,
never
but-
played it and you're only lukewarm towards Star Wars, you should be excited.
I hope
about
it
that game.
scratches the itch which Battlefront could not even reach.
No, they could have, but they were greedy.
They chose not
so
to.
They didn't.
This
But-
one's going to have a story, so that's great.
Yeah. Oh, and maybe some Galactic Conquest.
Do I
perhaps?
sense
maybe.
some co-op play coming along for Battlefront?
Probably. We need to finish up our co-op play of it anyway. The first one, but
That last
Cam
star
doesn't want to.
That last star must be.
dude,
I don't
it's painful.
I don't know if I want to re-download that game and go through it. But
Yeah, I want to play Breath of the Wild sometime.
Yeah,
too
I
many
do too.
people are like saying it's awesome.
We need to get Switches
Of course, there's still a
and whip each other with it
we need our switches.
and our nudity.
Switch it. Switch it good.
I hate that.
Because I feel
sound
like
they
we are
make.
missing out on a great game with Breath of the Wild. Like, too many people have said that it's like amazing. It's
Yeah.
like Skyrim for me.
Well,
it's like
I'll start-
everybody played this game except for me.
I'll start
Yeah.
looking for cheaper switches. I mean, it's not going to be for a
Dude,
while.
you got to wait
but-
till at least next year.
Yeah.
Because, like, every store has them for, like,
Unless you
$400
want a
right
Wii
now,
U.
and that's not what they should be.
Well, someone who made a financial decision which they shouldn't have and bought a Switch and then later try to sell it on like Craigslist or KSL, that's what I'm really looking for.
Yeah, but they sell it for more usually.
Yeah.
because
Okay,
there are
that's
shortages still, aren't there?
Yeah. That's why there's still there are retailers still selling it for $100 over market.
There are more copies of Legend of Zelda sold on Switches because they didn't make enough.
Yeah, that's the same
Switches.
thing that happened with the Wii U and the Wii. Nintendo just we know there's going to be a demand, but we'll never meet it.
Yeah, but the demand for Wii U died very quickly compared.
It died like a year after when when everyone realized there was not going to be any games
But the
coming out for it.
Wii, that shit took time. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous,
Yeah.
man. Everyone was like, "Oh, Wii! Oh, Wii!" Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's just they never meet the demand. They know there's gonna be demand, and then they're just like,
Yeah, they're
Except when it's the Wii U, and then they're like, no one wants it?
well, and then they were like, you know what? Let's just flush it and not put out any of it.
Well, with the Wii U, they was costing them money because the system was they sold it for less than they needed
Yeah,
to.
because the fucking giant.
Because they put
Kindle
a fucking
thing.
screen in the controller.
Yeah, like, oh, you think that's expensive is what it was. So
Yeah, and they were selling it for like $300, which was not a good decision.
yeah, I'm no game historian though, so I mean it would be hard to say like if this will be one of the greatest years in gaming. But
I'm no game historian.
like honestly, I just play games. Like I don't. I wish I were as up to speed with buying all of the new games as other listeners and other people, but I'm just not, and I don't think I'm going to get a Switch for a while. So Breath of the Wild's going to be something I just don't know about really, and Nier Automata. I just don't have time for some of these other games. Unless, of course, we start pulling them in.
I'm excited for Doom 2016.
You mean 2018?
No, I'm talking about 2016.
Why?
That's-
Why it's 2016?
That's why I think it's the greatest game of all time. Or greatest year for gaming of all time.
Just because of Doom?
had Doom in it.
Well, I don't know.
So I think you were one off on the year there.
Yeah,
A game in Age
2016, yeah.
2016 had Doom. Sorry.
I don't know. I think this is a good year for certain sequels, but I don't know if it'll be necessarily one of the great years for gaming.
So another game that we're really excited for doesn't come out until 2018, but I am super excited for Battlefield 1 release, super excited for the Battlefront 2, and
God of War.
I will try
That's next to
new Call of Duty, but I don't know if I'll rent it and see how I like it. But
Yeah, Call of Duty's burned me in the past too many times, and I mean, as fun as they are,
If it's another world at war, then it would be great.
yeah, but I might be beyond that now. I think Battlefield is. So
I
much
still miss
better.
the fast-paced battle of Call of Duty over
Yeah, I don't like Battlefield as much, personally.
Because Battlefield is slower, but it is fun to snipe in Battlefield. But just the speed of Call of Duty is entertaining.
Yeah,
to me.
but Caleb, you're awful at the Call of Duty Online. Like Battlefield.
Fuck you.
It's not that you're not awful in Battlefield, but you're more awful at COD. I remember that
probably
time
the
where
slowness that saves them.
Caleb, there was a map where Caleb died like 13 times in a row to the same guy. Like
on
he just
fucking
kept spawning.
yeah, it was fucking Black Ops. That guy was right there every time I spawned,
And he just
none of you
got-
fuckers helped me.
He just got higher and higher pitched like each time, and he was just squealing by the end, just like what? And we watched the replay, and that guy just kept fucking swarming him. Like Caleb would spawn, and he'd like pull up, shoot. Caleb would
Yeah,
spawn, he'd
I
pull up,
had.
shoot.
That's not me being awful though. There was no escape from that.
That's true.
The
That's,
dude knew where I was going to fucking spawn, and he went for it.
Yeah.
every fucking time.
yeah. So I mean, I would be concerned though. Yeah.
It was just like when you knew all the spots in
spawn pots.
in Black Ops on one of the training field or whatever that map was called.
Yeah.
You knew every single spawn point, and then you were just there when I would spawn after you had
That's
killed me.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
And
same
I would
thing.
be
That
there-
dude just knew where people were.
I would
spawn.
be there with garbage too. I'd have my little
I've done that
knife
on,
throwing
on
thing
Halo.
ready. I'm just like,
That's Blood Gulch.
Yeah, if
I knew where all
you
the spawn
know
points
if you know
were.
the spawn points, then you can spawn kill people.
yeah,
and
you
it's
can
bullshit.
You can just sit there and.
He just sets a claimer at one spawn point and goes the other.
And I think that's
Yeah.
probably one of the only flaws of Black Ops was like the spawn points were really easy to tell where they were.
I think one of the other fun things was when like I would place the claymore and you would try to shoot it, but it would still kill you. I think that was probably some of my favorite. Like, I would do my dive claymore thing, and you would shoot to try to kill me, but you would hit the claymore and set it off and like die, even though you're way too far away.
I don't know
for it
why
to
they
kill
don't
you.
call this game Call of Duty 5.
I don't know.
It's because it's World War II.
Yeah, but Call of Duty 3
why.
was the 3
Call
was
of Duty 4 was Modern Warfare. Was
Yeah.
Call of Duty 5 Advanced Warfare?
They didn't name.
Oh, they
no.
didn't name it. They just
Yeah.
Yeah, it stopped being Call of Duty. It just became like franchises.
because like they're calling it Call of Duty World War II, but like they already had 3 of those.
yeah, but then they also had like Black Ops, 3 of them, and then they had Advanced Warfare,
And we'll be like,
Infinite
Call of Duty
Warfare,
5, I don't understand.
Modern Warfare. They had 3 of those.
Yeah.
Do.
So
Oh my god! All right, can we talk about this game 45 minutes into the podcast?
no,
I think we should get into the old Horizon
the old Horizon,
or the new Dawn, Zero Dawn.
the One Dawn.
Ooh, dog.
Some guy just like breathing in the fumes of a flame, dancing with it.
This is not in the game.
Nope, none of this is in the game.
Ooh, dog.
Not a single bit of this is in the game.
This is
Is that a stormbird? The guy controls time with his spinny thing. Okay, what the fuck?
You cannot kill that thing there.
Those people doing the mystic shit that never happened in this game have the same fucking thing as Silence. Their arms.
oh, the gyrating.
These are all the bad guys. You ever go meet those guys?
Lot of vistas.
Some of these look familiar.
Yeah.
I wonder why that would be.
This is a trailer of lies.
Yeah, it's a cool trailer, and I liked the game, but those aren't the same things.
None of that ever happens.
Nah, I guess that's the prequel. Like it's trailer prequel to the game, where they had like some prophecy about the redheaded woman.
There is no
I guess
The Ginger Prophecy.
where they had like some.
That was Mind Freak.
Yeah, it was.
that?
I don't know. It was like a revisiting of what you just barely said. So, Horizon Zero Dawn is an action role-playing game developed by Guerrilla Games and published by Sony. You may remember Guerrilla from their work with the Killzone series. That's basically the only notable thing they've done outside of this. The game was released on February 28th, 2017, and has become the best-selling original IP on the PlayStation 4 console. And it's sitting at about 3.4 million copies sold as of June of this year.
Only
which
3.4? Because it seemed like everybody knew what it was.
that's a lot of copies for a game that's only on one console.
Yeah, it's exclusive to PS4.
Like Final Fantasy
Alright.
15 sold like 8 million over multiple things. Plus, it's Final Fantasy, so it's a huge deal. Development for the game began in 2011, and the director has been cited as stating that it was the most risky of the proposed projects. So they had like a group of projects that they were choosing from, and he said this one was the riskiest one, but they ended up going with it. The game won Best Original Game at the Game Critics Award show in both 2015 and 2016. So that's a little info on the background. The story. So the game is set approximately 1,000 years in the future. Mankind has been reduced to primitive tribes as a result of an unknown calamity. The technology spread across the land is referred to as belonging to the Old Ones. Large robots known as machines now dominate the planet. They, for the most part, peacefully coexist with humans. However, a recent phenomenon known as the derangement has caused them to become more aggressive towards the humans, and larger, more deadly machines have now begun to appear. The three main tribes in the world are the Nora, the Carja, and the Oseram. The Nora are basically Nordic people who worship All Mother, which is some giant robot in the mountains. The Carja live in the desert and worship the sun like a bunch of fucking savages. And the Oseram are tinkerers who brew beer and create shit.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What about the Banuk?
Nah. Aloy, our main character, was cast out as a young child.
Aloy!
Due to her being born
Alloy.
from a machine. So she is motherless, essentially. What?
She came from the All Mother.
Yeah, from All Mother, yes.
Born
She
from
obtains
machine.
a focus that gives her special
Did you
abilities.
not beat the game, Cameron?
I beat the game, but we're giving the ending before the no.
Including the ability to interact with machines. Aloy, once she
Spoilers.
comes of age, enters a competition called The Proving to become a Nora Brave and no longer be an outcast. She wins the competition, but is soon attacked by cultists. She survives and learns that the cultists had control of corrupted machines. We learn through some old guy named Olin that the tribe who attacked us are known as the Eclipse, and they worship a demon that is called Hades, who allows them to corrupt the machines. Aloy finds and enters the Pharaoh headquarters. Pharaoh's the name of the organization in the past that created these machines initially, and discovers that the calamity mentioned before was due to Pharaoh losing control of what were known as the Peacekeeper robots. However, the world was saved due to an emergency project known as Zero Dawn, which was created by some chick that looks exactly like Aloy, whose name is Dr. Sobek. Silence, a dude.
Hey, dude.
Who is,
The dude from The Wire.
Dude from The Wire, yes. Contacts Aloy and lets her know the location of an AI base. Journey to that factory and learn that Zero Dawn was a massive underground system of databases, factories, and cloning facilities run by an AI known as Gaia. So once all life had been extinguished, Gaia developed a countermeasure to deactivate all the Pharaoh robots and then build its own to recreate Earth's biosphere, because the Pharaoh robots at that time started consuming biomatter or biomass and basically
It's
just wiped out
RoboCop.
everything.
But then they decided to make the planet a program
Yeah.
to build itself back up. It's fucking weird.
Once the planet was once again habitable, Gaia reseeded life on Earth based on stored DNA and taught the first human clones basically to not fuck up again like their predecessors. We also find out about Hades, who was created to enact controlled extinction if Zero Dawn was not a worthwhile operation, I guess. So, like, if shit goes wrong, he just wipes out the world again.
Basically, just a reset button. To
A
start
kill
over.
switch, yeah, reset. Aloy is able to reach Dr. Sobek's office due to her being a clone. Spoilers. She also enters the door to All Mother
Say
and
spoilers
finds,
before you say the spoiler.
and finds a recording
You
that,
said spoilers earlier.
that a signal
True. But
activated
after a
Hades,
spoiler was said.
and Hades took over Gaia's functions. As a last resort, Gaia helped self-destructed and to try to stop Hades. Aloy was created as a contingency plan with Sobek's DNA in the hope that she would find Gaia's message, destroy Hades, and restore Gaia. She learns that Sobek sacrificed herself to ensure that the Pharaoh swarm didn't find Gaia, and Aloy ends up overriding the system and destroying Hades. We also find out that Silence was the original founder of the Eclipse and was tempted by knowledge. So he found Hades and like wanted to learn more about what the fuck happened, because there are all these machines everywhere and nobody knows what the fuck they're for. So he basically works with them, creates the Eclipse, jumps ship when he realizes that he's going to get fucking killed if he stays. Aloy finds out that Hades is trying to send a signal to release the Pharaoh robots to end life on Earth once again. She overrides, destroys him with Silent's lance, and ends the Great War. And this is when we get a weird scene where she goes to Sobek's home to find her corpse, and there's somehow something left 1,000 years later.
Well,
Like, that should be way overgrown.
The outfit's left, and if you got the special armor, then it's the same type of armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she still like scanned it and was able to see like
A projection
DNA
of
of
who
who
was
was
in
in there. Yeah, which is kind of stupid.
Yeah,
the
'cause
person
she
wasn't
wasn't
preserved in
yeah,
there.
she
The
wasn't
person was
preserved
dead.
at
It was
all.
10,000. What was it like?
It's
1,000 years?
1,000
It was
years.
1,000 years. So that's still like she'd be gone, no matter like what the fuck.
And there
The
are-
armor would still be there,
There
and
is
then some
life.
DNA remains. Yeah,
So yeah, it's
I don't know if it'd be enough for her to do what she was.
and the suit would
what she
remember who was
doing.
Was
last
there
in
like
there.
a skull? I can't remember. Or was it just like a?
No, you
No,
don't
she
see
just
it
like
in
she
dead
just was looking at the armor.
Well, maybe like the armor is like
Like sometimes going
It's
through
sealed.
some of those
So-
old places, the caves, you find remains of dead people, like long dead people.
Yeah, but she was just in armor, and the armor that you get if you get all the power cells, like, literally falls apart.
yeah.
Literally falls apart. So if she's
They're not
using
trying
the
to put it
same
on.
armor that was fucking, like, overgrown as shit, then I just don't think that it would be, like, possible for her to see anything that she did. I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
that part stood out. For
She
me,
could have
and I
just
was like,
assumed that that was her. She didn't have to like project her own face onto the thing.
Yeah, so she gets all emotional over her, essentially her
yeah, I don't know
mother
what the fuck that was.
/ clone.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
Post credits show us a scene where Hades is still alive but trapped by Silence, and he wants to interrogate Hades to find out who sent the signal that
There has to be
reactivated him
a sequel to this movie
in the first place. Yeah, so that is the overview
/ game.
of the story for Horizon Zero Dawn.
I thought it was a pretty good story. It might have had like one too many little plot thread unraveling / twists.
Yeah.
But overall, I thought it was pretty. For a game, I thought it was pretty well done. I think, Greg.
I think so too. I just didn't really care for how slow the buildup was for some of the stuff, though, because like you learn everything in the last like 3 hours of the game. Literally everything is in that last bit.
I don't know.
Like,
about
it's
You
that.
didn't know
because the
she was
first-
a clone. Come on.
You can tell like from the very beginning.
Well,
but,
yeah, because
like,
it says like 99.6.
yeah, like that
match.
like immediately tells you. But basically, it's like in order to figure out what Zero Dawn is, like what's going on with the machines and everything, it takes you forever to figure out what that shit is. Like you have to deal with the eclipse attacking you.
Yeah, it takes
and
even
then-
longer if you 100% the game, though.
Well, yeah, because like you didn't do any of the story
50
until the
hours
last
to
bit.
to figure out what was going on.
But yeah, I like aside from like probably the beginning pacing, I enjoyed the story.
Yeah, obviously they tried hard.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, they tried to really create like an interesting world here, and I think it was just a little like one too many twists, like one too many like, oh, it turned out that the robots were attacking humans. We had to do something about it, and then
I
we
enjoyed-
created a program to get rid of it. Oh, Hades.
I
It was all
enjoyed the
those.
story, but
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy the antagonist to being. So they built this program, but they couldn't let the program manage its own functions. Like, oh, this is messing up. Let me hit my own reset button. So they had to build an entirely separate program whose only function was to subdue the main program to kill everything. And now that's going to turn out okay because a separate program hell bent on killing everything is a great idea.
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, but it can't activate itself.
Well, it fucking did.
No, dude, it got fucking activated. There was a signal sent to Hades that activated him.
Yeah, something went wrong. We don't know what.
Of course, something went wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what got them in the
Just saying
situation in
that
the
he
first
didn't-
place. So
just-
let's build a
Well,
program.
your
whose
entire
hell-bent
thing was that he was
destruction.
just stupid, but like,
No, it's not. It's
That's
just
he didn't activate himself to destroy the world. He can't do that.
yeah, I guess Cameron's
that's
problem
the
is
fail safe is that he
my
can't
problem is
fucking
they didn't
activate himself.
write a program that could manage its own functions. Why
Well,
didn't they
I-
just write one program that
Yeah.
does everything?
Well, the thing
that
was
can
is
manage
they
everything.
wanted to create a being, like they wanted to create Gaia to be truly like
Yeah,
loving. They
they
basically
gave
made
her.
It's a program.
They basically made her a human, though, is
Yeah,
what their
they
goal
gave her
was.
emotions. She
She wants
actually
to-
speaks to you.
So
like there's stuff.
why
that
not
happens.
give the person with emotions the decision to kill?
Because they
something?
can't be trusted. They'll be emotionally connected to the world, to the
Yeah,
people.
And so
She won't
then
wanna-
be
she won't wanna have-
maniacal and destruction, but instead they just create basically the monsters that they had before.
True, yeah, they
They
create
recreated the monster that was destroying them to destroy everything else again. Is what they did as a separate program instead of having one program with fail safes.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird idea anyway, though, because
Other
it's
than
like
that,
it's like
there's
if
no other-
Horizon
there's
Zero
nothing else.
Dawn, if Zero Dawn fails, like who gives a shit? Like why wipe everyone from the earth? They're gonna die anyway. Why?
The whole idea with Hades was to do unterraform before the human step. So by the time you got to the human step, there'd be no need for Hades at that point.
Yeah, but I mean, what I don't get is why have Hades at all? Like what?
And that's exactly what I was saying.
So
at the
like
beginning.
what constitutes fucking up enough?
Why
That they're
would-
like just clean it all?
Why
up,
would
just kill it all?
Why
Like,
would
what-
well? Because
there's no
if they made
purpose
it,
for
if they
that.
made it too, if the environment
Just
was too
fucking
caustic,
because they made it so if the environment became too hostile for the humans to like be there, that's when they destroy like whatever life is there
yeah,
that
and
would
then
destroy
at that
the humans.
point, if Gaia
So just
loves
restart the
everything,
it's
whole thing.
basically to
I don't
protect the
see why
humanity. is what
Gaia,
it's
who
for.
loves life and would want a wonderful world for all the life to prosper in, wouldn't be able to go, hey, let's just start over. Let's start over. Okay, we'll do this again. Why not just write that in the fucking main program?
So with Zero Dawn, like, is it if it fucks up and they wipe life off of Earth, does it just restart Gaia? Does Gaia just like then?
Yeah, then she
Okay,
just
okay.
restarts again.
See, that's fine, but like it doesn't. The way it turns out, like for me, I'm thinking like, okay, if your plan fails, wipe everything off of the planet. Like that doesn't change the
It
failure.
was
of the-
meant to
the
be
plan.
before
Like,
humans actually were like cloned again and allowed to prosper.
all right. So that's fine, but it's still like why even
It's a
worry
weird
about it?
it's
Why-
a weird idea. Yeah.
Why wipe existence off of the planet? Like if life is going to have a hard time and you're just going to wipe it, like why even make it happen in the
It's
first place?
Matrix 3 again.
Yeah.
There's a
Why
glitch-
make it Y?
There's a glitch in the system.
A giant Y? Is that that's Matrix 3?
The thing that pisses me off, honestly, more than that, is when the Pharaoh dude, the dude who caused literally the end of the world, is like, I'm going to delete every single bit of human knowledge, and then I'm going to kill you all for the sake of preserving peace in the future. It's like, I'm sorry, what? What
Caleb.
makes you fucking think that is going to be an acceptable idea?
Caleb, ignorance is bliss.
No, dude, it just means that they're going to repeat the same mistakes. That's what it fucking means.
I know,
If you
Caleb.
don't know anything, then you're going to do it again.
It's true.
That's why they have the knowledge. And then it's like, you know what? They're going to do the same things that we did if they have this knowledge. So I'm just going to fucking destroy it.
Yeah, that was.
And then
really, I
Aloy
didn't
is like,
that.
it seemed like a good idea. And then, but I'm really pissed off that he killed all those people. And then Silence is like, I'm more pissed off that he deleted the knowledge.
Yeah, it's like
And it's like,
'cause-
yeah, you fucking should be.
Yep. We need to
What
get
the fuck?
Yeah, we need to get guest star with that Spike Lee.
But
They shit on him for his hatred of Birth of a Nation. And be like, that's exactly why. That's why the movie's important. If you wipe the past, you repeat it.
yeah.
Chump. Play this game.
And then if you're reading through all the voice logs, you'll notice that there was another attempt to save humanity was to put them all on a ship and fly away to another planet and terraform over there. But as that ship was about to leave, it just blew up and killed everything and everyone on it. So
Well, you don't need the data logs for that. They literally say
Yeah.
that in one of the parts of the story where they're like going through the Zero Dawn
Shit on
place.
pointer. Shit on pointer.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Okay. Yeah, I really didn't try to delve into the lore too much in my own head. I was just kind of like, oh, cool.
This wasn't really lore. It's just like stuff that happens in the
but
story.
you guys are arguing about that. The story is Aloy and her journey.
Well, yeah, that's part of her journey is finding out what
she
happened,
finds out
especially
some
with
stuff.
Silence because he wants the knowledge.
I mean, other than that, I enjoyed the story. It just didn't make sense to me why you would write two separate programs.
I really
but-
appreciated how cinematic the cutscenes were and how well they blended into the game. At the beginning, I was feeling like some of the cutscenes were a little too long. I wasn't feeling that near the end of the thing because they had a lot to set up. I was like, what? Are we not going to revisit why? Okay, maybe you guys got the answer, but I didn't remember any answer. Why was her father or her father figure? Why was he kicked out?
Nobody said.
Yeah, we
That
don't
is
know.
Okay, so I'm
literally
not.
never
I'm not
said.
just like. No one actually did it.
His family died, and other than that, you don't know.
Apparently, he asked to go into being cast out or something.
Well, that's retarded. Why be an asshole to him if you asked for
They
it?
gloss over it like every fucking time it's mentioned.
Yeah, that's true. Because Alex asked me that too, because she's trying to play it, and she's like, "Why does he?
Trying
Why
is
is
a
he
very good
outcast?"
word.
And I'm like, "I honestly have no idea,
Yeah, they don't really fucking
I don't
say.
think they say.
He's just like,
unless we're crazy." But I don't remember anything. But she's outcast. I thought in the beginning because she was a ginger, and I was like, "That's great."
nobody else is ginger
Yeah.
except for her.
Get her outta
It's true.
here.
She's the only ginger.
Yep.
Well, being ginger, of course, is already rare, and so then I guess everyone else who got selected to be cloned, just no ginger in that pool.
Yeah.
Only her. She's the lone ginger.
Yep.
The lone ginger.
The outcast.
Should be a movie.
That's what I said she was outcast for. Yeah,
It's
that's
already
great.
a podcast.
Yeah. So I thought the story was good. I enjoyed figuring things out. At first, I thought maybe she was like some sort of like cyborg creature because she could see. Because like she could see people's paths from before.
That was for the focus.
It was the focus, but like what makes it leave behind a trail that shows their bodies? Like that's what made me think. Yeah, that's bullshit. That thing is still bullshit because
The focus uses it projects holograms using your head, so it's making you see things that are not there.
No, I know that,
It's not
but how does it
projecting in front
know
of
that
you.
that's there? How does it know?
Oh, well, that's
Or-
because I guess it would just like, okay, this person just keeps walking fucking circles. So
yeah,
let's
but
just
it
paint
wouldn't
the
know that if you just turn it on.
Yeah, that's what bugged me. So I thought
No,
maybe
I think maybe it makes sense for it to know the paths of the machines, but the paths of humans. That doesn't
That's
make
where
sense.
I
bothered
guess you
me,
would
yeah.
know where everything is, though. Like, if it was a thing that just had, like, super tracking ability, then it would be able to track every single thing that, like,
I guess,
has
but
a
it's
pattern in the ground that it can recognize.
I guess so. I mean, if
So this
the
super high-tech equipment.
if there's still evidence of like, okay, I'm tracking this person. I can see footsteps. I can see stuff. Then I suppose it makes sense there.
Makes some sense, not total sense.
Okay, Haiti, why does he get exiled then? I don't remember anything about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I dug the story. I enjoyed the lore. I think the idea of like mankind falling and then us picking up the pieces 1,000 years later is really cool. I liked fighting the robots. I don't know. I
think they should have killed that
interested.
Pharaoh guy.
I was
That's what I
interested.
think.
I was interested the entire time, and most of it I had figured out, to be honest. But there were a few things I wasn't sure about, and it delivered. So I don't know. I thought the story was very intuitive, and I thought the Sun King guy was going to be totally evil, but he wasn't. I was expecting him to like turn on me, but
I did expect that too. I was thinking that he was gonna like go evil like his dad, because like they mentioned that his dad was like fucked up a lot.
okay. So Skull says he has to leave the sacred land to kill an enemy tribe that has hostages, and the only way he can leave is to become a Death Seeker. So they die to leave the sacred land. Okay, so it was a
So-
quest thing.
What?
Why be a dick to him though? Like,
Yeah,
it's,
if he has to like go.
Because they erased all knowledge.
I'm glad that
Because
stupid
they-
blonde kid got killed
because
too. Fuck that
because
guy.
their
Actually, you know what?
religion makes it
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that, and then the black chick dying.
What? Oh, I was like, what? Don't you have a problem with?
Okay,
Game?
well, it's more like I feel like they could have. It's more of a gameplay thing for why I don't really like that they died. Because, but anyway, you should rate the story so you can move on to gameplay. So
I'm going to
talk
rate
about
the
it.
story 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10.
I thought it was pretty good for a game's story. It took a lot of stuff from other things, and it had
Yeah,
like one too many
it did.
plot lines, and maybe its lore is questionable, but I didn't question it when I was playing it. So
Yeah,
8 out of 10.
I'll parrot that and do it 8.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10,
9 out of
dude.
9 out of 10.
Sorry, Caleb. I'm sorry.
should
I
be.
will give it. Fuck. I'll give it a 9. Also, I thought it was pretty solid. There were only a few things that kind of bothered me. The whole Hades thing kind of bugged me, and I don't know. For the most part, I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed their little plot lines. The one guy and his sister, that guy was cool. I felt like the characters were fleshed out pretty well, and they all added to the story. I mean, I know Joe said that's their little plot lines might have been a little too much, but I don't know. I enjoyed them for what they were, and I thought they had just enough depth to bump it up to 9. Not perfect though, but still a really solid story. I'd say that's one of the high points of the game. So.
Gameplay. What is this game like?
So this is
how would you describe this game?
This is a third-person RPG-ish shooter. The machines can be
ish.
Yeah, the machines can be
Ish
killed.
is a very
in
big
bunch of different
word.
Ways.
It's just not even a word.
Yeah.
It's just part of some words.
It's a big suffix then.
Yeah, it's like a third-person. I would say it's an action-adventure game, but the site Wikipedia said RPG third-person adventure, and I'm like, I don't think it's RPG. I have a problem calling this and almost calling like Shadow of Mordor RPG. Like, just because you have a leveling system, that doesn't make it a fucking RPG to me. Like, it has elements of RPG. Like, would you consider Far Cry Primal an RPG?
Not at all.
Exactly, but
And this
it's
is Far
just
Cry
as
Primal.
much. Yeah, I know.
And
It's like, oh, it was released just for PlayStation. It must be an
Spoiler alert,
RPG.
this game is the exact same game as Far Cry Primal.
Yeah, it's very fucking
I
similar.
think they just took the code of Far Cry
It's
Primal.
a third-person Primal.
It's like
With
70,
robots.
It's 70% Far Cry Primal, and then like 15% Assassin's Creed, and then 15% Witcher 3.
Oh, I was going to say 15% RoboCop, but
Yeah,
But that works
and then 100% RoboCop.
yeah, 200% is what this game is. 8 out of 10. Caleb Craig.
It's 200%.
This game has the best percents. Everyone
Yeah.
knows it.
You've got all sorts
Great
of
percentages.
you've got special weapons. We have trip casters. We have little bows, multiple types of bows.
I see. I like that. There's no one set way to kill anything. You can kill a machine, any way you want to.
Yeah, you can just brute force smash it with your fucking spear, or you can launch off certain parts of it. The machines each have their own weaknesses. They have special weaknesses to elements, which is another RPG thing they bring in. You have fire, ice,
corruption.
electricity.
But it's all
I wouldn't call that
action
an-
based.
I wouldn't call
very
that an
action-based.
RPG-ish thing.
I would say weaknesses or
So what I like
well,
to do.
if something has like
an elemental weakness. I don't know.
if they're machines and you use fire against it, they're gonna overheat. And
like
especially if there's like if they use ice
That's true.
as
yeah.
a source of power, then yeah, fire is
well,
gonna fuck those
ice
things up.
freezes some of them too, and you have to
slows
smash
them down,
with your-
yeah.
Well, yeah, because
That has to get really cold though. Like I'm like, hey,
Well,
this
chill
is some
water.
serious
You don't know what chill water is.
It's
so.
probably fucking.
It's the stuff
hydrogen.
that like the alligators
Yeah,
and
there
shit
you
use
go.
to like shoot the ice bombs.
Hydrogen.
Right. But we don't know what it's actually
I
made
know
out
what
of.
you're
Why it's
saying.
so fucking
No.
cold all the time is what I was gonna ask.
Liquid nitrogen.
Yeah, it's liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
There we go.
So don't
Jesus.
fucking drop it or anything. Like, don't
But-
touch it.
One move I'd like to do is if I was gonna attack a whole bunch of people, I would use the corruption arrows on the big machine there and have it fuck up everything for me, and then move in.
Yeah, I barely use corruption arrows, dude.
It was a great distraction tactic.
Although honestly, it has another thing that Far Cry has, where it's like, oh, there's a beast chained up. It's like, all right, well, let's shoot the beast out and let it ravage and see what's left. So a lot of the gameplay elements felt similar. We have. Let's see, a lot of abilities. We have various ability sets where you get more health, you get more collectible abilities. So you like pick up health and pick up materials from the earth that you can use to heal, you can use to craft, you can use to buy upgrades, create different types of ammunition. So a lot of your abilities that you level up from gaining XP and doing side quests, you can do that. There are corrupted zones, which are places where like the corruption is just seeping up through the ground, and you have to kill all the corrupted beasts to kind of reclaim that chunk of land. We've got weapon upgrades, clothing upgrades, a loot system that is very. The loot system feels almost Borderlands-esque, but it's kind of not as well implemented in a lot of ways. Like it almost seems like something that's like
The loot system with Borderland-esque means you can get weapons and armor and shit. This one's just like you can get upgrades and you can get stuff you can trade for weapons.
yeah, the loot. It's not so much a loot system. Like you loot the bodies, but then you go buy stuff with that loot or with the shards, the metal shards you get from the loot. You've got crafting cauldrons, which are little areas where you can like override the cauldron and learn more about the machines and their weaknesses and all that shit. And then they have the little hunter trials, which are like hog status stations where you've got like some dude from the hunting
Welcome
lodge.
to the hog status station.
Yeah. And you just basically complete challenges, get extra shards, get extra experience, and hunting lodge minigame, kind of cool. Had some fun stuff.
This game is Far Cry Primal with a couple extra little things to make it a little bit more complicated. That's what it is.
It's Far Cry Primal with a ball sack. That's what I've been calling it for a while because it's harder than Primal.
It
by
is
a
harder.
lot.
It's a lot more difficult than Primal.
Primal is,
but I felt like
fucking nothing.
I felt like though the battle though was a lot more cinematic at points too, because you can slow down time. You can make it to where you jump to the air.
You can slow down time and
You can,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, but
you
not
can.
to the same effect. To where I'm slowing down time, I'm shooting the robot in its weak spots as it's charging at me, and then I'll do a dodge roll and jump as it's passing me, and then shoot it in the back weak spots. And to me, it just felt really cool to do that.
Okay. It is a difficult game.
Yeah, this game is not fucking around, man. You can get your ass handed to you over and over and over in this thing.
Oh, I did.
The rock breakers, the fucking corrupted zones.
Then I found out about some super armor that made you almost invincible.
Yeah, did I tell you about that?
No,
Is that what happened?
I was
Oh,
looking online for
sorry.
cheats, and all they had was like good shit that you could get. And I found out it was almost near the end of the
Fucking
game when
cheats.
you could get that stuff.
Yeah.
But then I was playing the final battles, and I was like, I don't think I could have done this without
And
this
see,
fucking
remember,
armor,
guys,
dude.
Joe was playing on easy.
I was playing on easy, guys. This is
and I did not have. I did
this
not
was
go. This
not
is.
a difficult. This was not an easy game.
I
I
would
was
say
playing
that
on
this
normal
game,
and it was crushing.
I was
my
playing.
life.
I'm playing on normal. I'd say this game was challenging, but like super hard. I would say it was super hard as long as you are, actively paying attention to a battle. And then yes, if you have to fight more than one type of machine at the same time, all coming at you, then yes.
But that's
it's super
every
challenging.
machine. No machine is just like hanging out on its own.
yeah, alone.
You piss off one, you piss them off. You piss off all of them.
You mess with one, you mess with
I was
all, yeah.
challenging, but I wouldn't say it was too hard to play
and then you
at
get
any point.
bludgeoned to death. So
I'll say
I also
this.
like the game was hard right off the bat. I used up all of my metal shards for arrows, and so I didn't have enough money to buy equipment early in the game. There was a certain part of the game when I was like, oh, I now need to...
Skull said he had no trouble with the game, died only about 5 times. Fuck that. Go
fuck
back
you,
and do the
Skull.
corrupted zones, and you talk to me after that.
I died
Anyway.
more than 5 times, so I wouldn't say it was hard. It was
I got my,
challenging.
As long as you know how to kill each thing, it's not difficult at all.
Yeah, you do have to go through a phase, though, where you
like, remember
hopefully
how
aren't being bludgeoned by all sides while you're trying to figure out how to kill a certain thing.
Yeah.
it's like, with the sawtooth was the hard animal you had, or machine you had to fight, but then you realize you just gotta fill it with a few fucking fire arrows, and it just melts in your hand.
Dude, I just
Yeah.
used the tripcaster.
You
that
use
tripcaster was
tripcasters,
the
yeah.
god.
But
Yeah,
then,
same.
but you just fill something full of fire arrows if they're weak to it.
I
and
was
they're just
playing this game
fucking
wrong
nothing.
up until like the last 4 hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
Basically. It was a lot more strategic than I was wanting it to be. I wanted it to be more like the game it is almost exact same of. I wanted it to be more like Far Cry, where my shit will... I mean, there are certain parts that are better to hit on an animal, but if my shit hits, it hits and does some damage. In this game, you're doing almost nothing if you're not killing the animal exactly the way that the game wants you to kill it.
Yeah, but there are so many ways to do it, though. That's what makes it so cool. Is like, if I don't have a shot on its face, I can just shoot one of its weapons and do like 40 damage. If I don't have a shot on the weapon, I plug it in the face. If not, I try to rip some parts off. Like, I fucking love the game.
You could even just use the rope caster and tie it to the ground and then just wail on it.
Don't do that to the bigger things. It doesn't work.
It works really well. It works well on corruptors.
It
though.
works awesomely on the guys that fly. When I started doing that, I was like, these guys are cake.
The Glint Hawks are cake. All you have to
Yeah.
do is do
Well,
a
get the
double
fire
shot with the
arrow,
fire
yeah.
arrow, and they're just grounded immediately, and you just whack them a couple times, and they're done.
Yeah.
That's because they have a giant weak spot in their belly that you just need to shoot. It's great.
Anyway, so I'm not saying that the game is a bad game. I'm saying I had a bad experience playing it, and it's mostly my impatience that kind of ruined the first chunk of the game for me.
All right.
Well, this is a game when you're playing relaxed and you're going, bit by bit. You really enjoy it. There's just as the story unfolds.
It's a game
you're
where
not
you would need
rushed.
to sneak around and
I
check
couldn't
out
sneak.
the creatures.
I get so fatigued by these sneak games.
All right, am I the only one that used the sneak mechanic in this
Think
fucking
you were.
game?
I
think
used
you
it
were.
to a point.
I used the shit out of it, dude. Like, there was one area near the end where I was exploring this big cave, and I killed like 40 guys in a row with no one seeing me. Like, it
Yeah, I
was
did
sweet.
that too.
I cleared out
the
one
cave
camp
stuff was
sneaking,
easy
but
for
I just
killing
get so
people.
impatient. I'm like, okay, I can clear it out sneaking, and it takes me like 30 minutes, or I can just kill everyone. And
Yeah,
have it
or I
take
can just
15.
whip my dick out, flip it in front of these people, just stand there and like fucking, and then kill everyone in like 2 minutes, or be brutally murdered. And try it again, and then kill them in 2 minutes, right? Like, it's fast. It is faster to do that. And by the end, when I got that super armor, that's exactly what I did. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm going in there. I'm doing melee. I'm not even going to shoot anybody anymore.
Well, I tried that tactic from the beginning.
oh, shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't wanna do
so-
that.
I tried sneaking in the beginning. I'm like, okay, let's sneak. Oh,
Well,
they fucking
to me,
saw me.
like, I got
Okay,
burned
sneak.
by the
Oh, they
sneaking
fucking saw
because
me.
it was like, this is how you sneak. Like, the one tutorial in the game is like, this is how you sneak. Okay, this is very important. Now,
The
what
entirety
happens is,
of the childhood
all you do-
tutorial is the sneak
all
mechanic.
you do is you just accidentally miss one watcher.
Yep.
You're fucked.
I fucking hate
Yep.
the Watchers.
You're fucked.
Out of all the machines,
Because it's not true stealth.
it's the Watcher that I hate. I hate it. I just hate him so much.
Well,
Wait
it's
till
the
you fight
easiest
the
to kill.
T-Rex
It's
and
the
the
easiest to
Coliseum.
kill.
Face.
You'll hate him
It's
more.
easiest to kill, but I just fucking hate those cunt faces so much.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're fuck faces, dude.
Oh, what? We see you, and now every other fucking machine now sees you.
Oh, and also the levels.
And then we'll do a flashbang on you real fast.
lies.
What do you mean?
The levels.
like the required level for missions?
You're
No, leveling
like
up.
leveling
the
up in
leveling
the
up.
game.
Yeah.
Oh, it barely gives you
It
any
doesn't.
increase,
It
yeah.
gives you like some points that you can give to very useful abilities.
It gives you 10 health per
Which is-
level.
It doesn't give you shit though. Jeez.
10 health per level, and
I
then
thought I
one
was gonna
skill
level
point.
up and be like, wow, I'll be stronger now.
Yeah, it's a little
Nope.
better, but
Never.
You buy better weapons, then you buy certain skills.
You do that
make
with
you so
money.
you
Are
get
they
You
more.
don't
better
do that
weapons?
With
Yeah, they're better.
Are
weapons.
they better
do
weapons?
that with
you
levels.
get some
No, no.
really good stuff. From
Are
the
they
launch.
better weapons?
I had an easier
The
time with better
answer,
weapons.
Cam, is no.
They
are
are?
not better weapons. The only
I
thing
think
that
you
they
just don't wanna
do,
use 'em.
the only thing that they do is add
Oh, he's getting
one
quiet.
more fucking ammo type. That's all it does. It does not change damage at all.
It does if you add the upgrade nodes.
Oh yeah, if you add the fucking mods, it'll do that. But you have to have those in order to make any difference.
The ammo's good though.
Yeah, the ammo's good, but you know what? It's also fucking
did not-
shit.
You know what?
Because
I
a lot of the
thought that it
ammo
was
is the
increasing
same
the
thing.
damage, but maybe you're right.
It doesn't.
Dude,
Dude,
yeah,
no
he's-
bow is different. It's all the
Are you
fucking
fucking
same.
serious?
I
what the
think so.
fuck is the RPG aspect of this
I don't
game?
know. That's what I've been fucking saying.
There
It
really
doesn't
isn't
exist.
any.
It's very limited,
It's
but-
like it has certain stats, like the fucking stealth. There's no true stealth. You have an assigned amount of stealth in the game, and that's how they give you percentages. Because I went through the entire game with that fucking stealth outfit, and it's like plus 30% stealth, and I'm like, if I'm getting plus 30%, that means there is an assigned amount of stealth that I have, and that's just it. And then the stealth, you have to go to certain points in order to be stealthy. Like, you can't just go behind a rock and not be seen. You have to go in tall grass where the fucking Pokemon live, and you have to fucking go where, like, there's, like, little tinges of red on the top, so it hides your fucking ginger hair. Like, it's like, hey, guess what? This is a stealth spot. You have to go there if you want to have any chance of getting at least one guy before everybody will fucking know where you are.
I didn't have any issues works with the stealth.
Dude, that's how it was. You fucking shoot one guy, and as soon as he drops,
also
everybody's
my
like,
experience.
what?
Yeah, if you make noise, they see you. But yeah,
No,
if you
dude,
add
you
stealth,
crouch down. I
and
had
you
the
add
fucking
silent
stealth
landing,
outfit.
and you can add more stealth to it, and then you add silent landing. You can be more sneaky,
Dude,
where you
I
can go
was
place to place without them seeing
extremely
you.
sneaky. If you miss or you take down a dude where anybody's anywhere near that guy, they immediately know where you are.
No,
and then
they
you
don't.
cannot hide again for forever.
Oh, yeah. No.
That's true, but they don't know where you are immediately.
Dude, yes, they do. As soon as that fucking light turns red, which it will do, like, immediately.
It'll turn yellow.
No,
And then
dude,
you
it
can't
turns
do
yellow
anything
for
for
like
a bit.
2 seconds, and then they're like, it's red. They find you
I didn't
immediately.
try to sneak, but I did not have this much trouble sneaking.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah, I know Joe had this experience because I fucking heard it, and it's the same for me. There was no
There were
stealth
some
for
times
me.
where I would be sneaky and I'd get like 3 kills in a row, mostly with the herbivores that are really easy to kill.
Yeah.
But if I fucked up, man, it was, especially on something that wasn't an herbivore. I used to call them herbivore. They just look like plant-eating creatures from
Yeah.
our world.
Grazers.
If it wasn't one of them and I fucked up, I fucked up. And I
It's
will
over.
then spend the next 15 minutes jumping around, doing the slow-mo and like one arrow at a time before I have to dodge again. And it's just...
Triple arrow,
Yeah,
best
it just
ability in the
hurt.
game.
Yeah, that's true.
Triple arrow paired with the extended slow-mo time and faster reload speed, so you can get
Yeah, you can
tons
just
of them out.
pound.
Yeah.
But I also didn't care for like the fucking spear itself because like it's like, hey, you have a physical ability,
The spear is only
but
good
we're
for
gonna
sneak
make
attack.
it shit. We're gonna make it shit.
Yeah.
I don't
is
think
what
it's
it-
shit. If you
Dude,
did a heavy
it is-
attack, you
it
could
does-
knock over
Yeah.
smaller
the smaller,
level
yeah, the
beasts.
smaller ones
I
you
have-
didn't take out, and
I
I
have
did
knocked-
like the Watchers. I pretty much
I have knocked down
exclusively took out.
corruptors, and corruptors were you could knock them down and daze them with your melee, but the
Yeah.
melee
If you
wasn't
get the
really
ability
viable
for
until you
it.
got the upgraded melee weapon.
right at the very end.
Which is
Yeah.
fucking stupid
Yeah, I
because
don't
you
know.
can't use any mods to like make the spear better. You have to wait until the end of the game to get the better spear, which adds the
Yeah.
fucking stun element. It's like, okay,
no, I
what-
could stun him with heavy attacks.
stun
no, dude,
element
like
is
the
a-
stun
is an
element
ability.
is added to that other spear. It gives you the fucking
It gives you a
electricity
shock. It
thing.
gives you shock, but
yeah,
you
that's
have
a stun. The electricity stuns every fucking
Dude, you
thing.
can stun all of them with heavy
if you
attacks.
get
It's a knockdown.
if you get an ability for it, then
Yeah.
yeah. But you can't necessarily just do it. This in the knockdown is
You
a
have to
fucking
press a button,
chance.
but yeah.
The knockdown is a chance. It won't always happen.
It was pretty
It's a
consistent.
percentage, and it's everything is percentages in this game, and it's fucking stupid. And then the
Is
fucking
it any RPG percentages?
yeah, but this isn't an RPG. We just said
Apparently
that.
it is. The
It's
internet
just
says
fucking- it's just a mess.
Internet says it's an RPG.
And you can't.
Wikipedia
Internet's
says,
always right.
Greg, the
Dude,
site you can
the
edit
equipment,
says.
the equipment and the fucking armor is also retarded. Like and the crafting is extremely disappointing. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna give you crafting, but really all it's good for is making fucking potions that doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I made
And
those
then-
fast travel packs like all day.
Yeah, I made the fast.
I
travel
gave up
packs,
on
too.
those fast travel. I just bought the golden fast travel thing. Didn't have to worry about it anymore.
Fuck, I didn't notice that until like the end, and I was like, oh, it's too late.
It's
It
way
was,
too
it was
late.
real nice.
Oh yeah, I fucking bet. I liked I did like the elemental factor of some of the fights. Like there was a side mission where I had to kill the giant bird guy. Like I had to go disrupt his little signals, the signals that were attracting him, and then kill him. That was like kicking my ass, man. I was getting just fucking leveled over and over
every battle.
and it's crazy because it's like, yeah, the big Stormbird, the big motherfucker that's like the first one you find. And and the quest is like, this is another thing that pissed me off. The quest is like, oh, it's a level 25 quest. I'm like, fuck you, it is not a level 25 quest. That thing is sick. That thing
The levels don't matter, Caleb.
I know.
Levels don't matter.
I know.
Why is there a level?
I don't know. Fucking A, man. It just makes you feel like a piece of shit. And also, there's another one, the fucking corrupt zone with these stalkers, the invisible fuckers. Dude, This thing is for real. Like this one, it's not like the Rockbreaker one. Like it's
You got to be setting traps, man.
dude. No, dude.
Yeah, dude, the traps is probably the only thing that I find
It doesn't do
really
enough
good about
damage.
this game.
I can't do enough damage with the Tripcaster on those. I just have to keep
No,
my distance.
you have to use the stun ones where it gives you an actual opportunity.
No,
to
I
get
know, but
away.
when there are 4 of them
Wait,
sniping you,
We all do agree that this game is difficult, right?
Oh yeah,
Did
it
we
was
just
not easy.
experience
Yeah.
difficulty in
It's not
different
difficult.
ways?
Yeah,
No, it's not difficult.
I think it is.
It's really not.
Okay.
Like
I
if
did
you
not.
if you
it's
set
a
up the
challenging
right
game, but I wouldn't say it's super difficult.
I would say it's pretty difficult at times.
You just
and-
have
I
to-
found
if
it.
you play the game
I did not find it
against the
bounty
grain-
hunter repeat the factory over and over again difficult, but it was very difficult.
If you don't play the game the way it wants you to play it, then it's very hard.
It can be.
Yeah.
But no, there was one that it was like 4 corruptors, 4 corrupted stalkers, and they 2-shot me, right? They 2-shot me no matter what. 4 of those, and the thing was like, oh yeah, level 23 corruptor zone. I'm like, fuck you, it's a fucking level 23. These things are sick.
Yeah,
they're
dude,
sick.
you gotta fucking trap the shit out of it, man.
I gotta shoot the fuck out of them, but I did them all, and that one was really painful. And then the fucking the little override core with the T-Rex in the room, that was sick too. And like I was far in. By then I was good at the game. But when you've got a T-Rex in like a fucking 1,000 square foot area, not okay, man. Not okay. There's
Not
no
for
room
you.
to fucking dodge. Yeah, just
I found the boss where it's like this Attack of the Clones pit.
oh yeah.
I found that boss very difficult.
I think I died through him once. but
Very
yeah.
difficult. I was
Yeah, I think I
screaming.
died at that part once because like he shot up where I was. Like I was still up above on the
and
the
it
platform.
collapsed.
Yeah, and it fucking collapsed. I was like, that's the first element I've seen of anything breaking because
Yeah.
of an enemy shooting shit. And I'm like, really? Is it just because if you stay up there, it'll give you an advantage?
I actually
Because
found
I'm
that boss
pretty
easier.
fucking sure that's the only reason that place was destroyable.
Yeah.
It's because
It's like,
you can
don't be a
snipe from up
puss-face,
above.
get down here.
Yeah, that's like basically what it is. But if you get shot, then you fucking die.
Yeah.
Because you fall all the way fucking down there.
But anyway, that Stormbird, the big one, I had to go buy like 25% or 30% lightning reducing armor because it kept dropping these lightning nukes on me. And the funny part is I didn't even kill it in the end. I tamed it. I like made it mine, and then it just flew off. And I was like, well, that's kind of lame that he's gone.
What?
But, yeah, the mission was to kill him, and it let me pass it by not killing him. It
well,
was
you
sweet.
made it yours, which is
I
essentially
overrode
killing
it.
him.
Yeah,
The override does wear off.
it does, but it
So, you
gave me
didn't, so the problem wasn't actually fixed. It's going to come back.
yeah, I don't care though.
Oh,
If
he
I
took
get-
care. Oh, yay! The village hero took care of the bird. And then, like an hour later, it's back.
And it's just Wilhelm scream after Wilhelm scream. As
Well,
they all
Caleb had
burn.
every ability, and one of them is to make overriding unlimited. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I experienced unlimited override.
Did you
for a
do
long
the
time.
lure override, like where you could just call an animal and it comes to you, or do you have to override them first?
Oh no, I can just call.
yeah,
them out to
it'll
me at
just
any
bring a
time.
random thing if you don't have one.
Yeah,
So if you don't have an animal, you just like whistle to the wind and all of a sudden it overrides
Like
it.
a really high level ability.
yeah, you can. I can just call, and then I'll get a mount to appear, just like in Primal.
that means.
Do you remember that in Primal where you could just whistle and like a mount comes?
Yeah, I remember that in
Yeah.
the other better game.
Yeah. This game
exact same
adopts
game.
a lot of things that Primal had
Without the weak points on the monsters and the bullshit.
Yeah,
I
so
enjoy the weak points.
what do you guys going to give gameplay out of 10 for Horizon Zero Dawn? I think we've covered a pretty good amount. Not all of us like the crafting. Caleb hates the sneaking. I enjoy the hell out of the gameplay in this thing. Like, it's challenging and it's rewarding.
Everything
because-
in this game that is from Far Cry Primal, I love.
I have,
But I feel like I already reviewed that game, so I got nothing else to say. Positive.
yeah.
honestly, I don't know how I feel about the gameplay for this game because
Well, you
like
gotta
I have
fucking
so many fucking
Weird.
mixed feelings about shit. Like the weapons, for
Platforming.
instance, I do not like the way the weapons are set up. I just do not like it because it wants you to use several different types of weapons against the enemies because every enemy has a certain weakness that you need to calculate and use against it. And you don't have enough weapon slots for that. You just don't. And then each weapon has like 3 different types of ammo if you have the best version of that fucking weapon. But then some of those ammo types are the same as like another one. Like the fucking regular ammo for the fucking hunter bow that you start out with, if you get the upgraded one, you get the hardpoint arrows, which are 4 times better and also tear off enemy armor way better. And making those regular arrows fucking obsolete, and so it should have just been, hey, upgrade those regular arrows to this other kind
So
of
you
arrow.
wish the upgrades for the weapons was more like Primal, where you just upgrade it. You're just bow. Your bow is
Yes,
just
I
better.
just want them to be upgraded.
I just want it to be Primal.
It did
because-
20 damage. Now it does 30 damage.
Yeah, because like if you fucking just condense it down, then you can use more weapons for more situations. Because then you get a fucking other arrow on the sniper bow that is basically the same thing, except for it does like no damage and then just has a really high tear rate.
Oh yeah, like every time.
And then there's
Right.
another one that like shoots people and then explodes and then gets rid of all their equipment. Like that's the same thing. That's the exact same fucking thing. And then they just have the regular arrow that does double the damage of the hardpoint arrows on the fucking hunter bow. So the only real arrow that is different is the one that explodes and then just gets rid of their shit.
See,
That's the only unique arrow on that fucking bow.
I never used explosive shot once in this game.
Dude, they are the best thing in the game. Is the fucking
Are you talking about the echo shell arrows?
yeah, the ones that like fucking
Oh, that
blow
was-
up and
yeah,
get rid of the
The tear apart ones, yeah. I didn't use the ones that explode though.
they just pop and like get rid of everybody's armor and weapons and stuff.
Maybe I am thinking
they're
the same
fucking
way.
amazing.
It makes that
I
weird
think
like
they are. Yeah, it's that
okay,
one.
yeah.
Doing
that's-
Yeah, but there's just another one
Doing
that's
a
just
triple shot of that with having your bow modified to do like 120% more tear.
they're just naked.
It's just
afterwards.
raining.
It's
after
like
you
what
have
happens
some
when
arrows.
you fucking like get a Maine Coon cat and you just cut all its hair off and it's like fucking tiny. That's exactly what happens. It's just like a tiny little rat robot on the inside. The T-Rex turns into this little rat that's fucking rolling around on the ground.
Well, yeah, and
great.
so just like they could have condensed the bows down into like one
I can see
fucking
your
bow,
point on
and then
that.
just made the ammo parts like
'Cause-
even smaller in the section, so you can have more ammo types for that one bow.
Each bow basically had only one ammo type that would ever use from that bow.
Yeah, and then fucking the slingshots. There are 2 different kinds of slingshots, and you get one that shoots elements, and then the other one that is just explosive stuff. It like shoots proximity bombs, it shoots sticky mines, it shoots bombs that explode upon impact, which is a fucking amazing slingshot because it just does raw damage. But then there's the other ones that do elements that like are meant to stun the enemies, which is the same thing as the fucking warbow. Like,
Yeah.
there's just so many things that are constantly just the fucking same. And then the only like other thing was like the tripcaster, which had like flame explosives, electric explosives, and then just raw damage explosive. So it's like you don't need the elements if you have that fucking tripcaster. You just need like an ice thing, a corruption thing, an explosion thing, and then just regular raw damage arrows. And then you're fucking complete. Like every fucking ammo type for every weapon could be condensed down immensely and then just upgraded to be better.
Yeah, that's
Condensely.
fair.
No,
That's
that's
fair,
fair.
but I think it gives you more variety of.
No,
how to
it
play the
doesn't.
game.
If every single weapon is literally the goddamn same, then there's no variety. It's just telling you to use.
You should just buy. It should just be a place where you buy ammo.
Yeah, you should just buy ammo for like
Or
1 or 2 weapons, and then
buy the instructions to make this better ammo or something.
well, because like I had to use
I
the
get what
I
you're
had to
saying.
use the hunter bow.
I didn't think
Yeah.
about it during the game because I honestly thought that the arrows were stronger.
Well, that's what I was thinking about
But-
the entire time because I was like, I would like to use, the rope caster and the trip caster have a slingshot and then a bow, so I can use the different kinds of weapons to make like an awesome, unique kind of way to take down creatures. But I can't do that if I need to use 3 different kinds of bows because it's like, what the shit? That doesn't make any sense.
So you're giving gameplay a 0?
No, I did. Oh, the other thing that I forgot to mention about the characters dying, I didn't want them to die because I feel like they missed an opportunity in this game for like a co-op system.
Okay.
Because if they had used those characters and then the errand guy, the dude, the Oseram that you work with a lot in the game, if they just made a 4-party system and then you go and take down giant machines together.
So you wanted to be Monster Hunter Machine Edition?
Well, kind of, yeah. Because that would work out. You could craft
one person
you could
who's
actually craft weapons out of these fucking metal creatures instead of using fucking wood, like accented
each person
with fucking
has-
metal bits.
Then each person would have his role to where this
Because
one
that's what it
person
is. It's still wood, and then you just use little metal bits to make it look better.
You could have one person who's doing the status effects, the other person doing the damage. And
Yeah, exactly. And that's why that weapon system would be okay. But because it's not a system where there's co-op, then it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
So you're saying that's why the Borderlands-esque system doesn't really work as well?
It doesn't.
Because
It doesn't
you don't have the
yeah, it does
Borderlands
not work
multiplayer.
in this game. It just doesn't.
All right, that's fair.
And then I also don't like the
Disagree,
fact
but-
that there's fucking climb points.
Yeah, the climb points are
climb-
kind of lame. It's like they wanted an Assassin's Creed sort of feel, but then you don't really control the jumping.
Use it like
You
4
don't.
times
Yeah, you
in
don't
the game.
control
Yeah.
the fucking jumping at all. And then there, you have to be very precise with the fucking jumps. Like you can't even grab onto something that you think you can grab onto. Like if you're just a little bit below a ledge and you
can't,
try to
yeah.
jump up to it, you can't. You have to like walk.
Yeah.
Over to a point where you can either jump up to it or walk over completely to the point where you can just walk
Yeah,
up.
there are very specific climb points. You can't just climb, or you can't jump where you
and she
looks
has a
like you can
fucking
jump.
grapple, which she has rappel points for, but she can't use those same fucking points to climb up. It's retarded. It's like we have to have climb points, and then we'll have rappel points to make going down faster,
That's
so
fair.
that she doesn't die.
That's fair, and honestly, it was almost the climb points for me. They were almost like to take up more time. Like it's like I'm not really timing the jumps as much. I'm just pressing up, and she's just scaling the mountain.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right,
you don't have to do anything for it.
It feels
It's
like
fucking-
Assassin's Creed, but like my ass is just opening up and my spine is slithering out.
Assassin's
I'm just
Creed
watching
did it better.
It's
Like
fucking-
that's just it. Like everything that it takes from other games.
This game
Is better.
entirely a thing of taking from other games
Yeah.
and movies.
Yeah,
It's just all it does is take from other
It
things.
does it slightly
and it's
worse,
putting it
too.
together. It does.
It does it slightly worse. Like the
Does everything
fucking
slightly worse.
the investigation shit for this game. It's the same as The Witcher and Batman, but it's not as good.
Yeah,
Like
those
there's
are all right.
literally the part where you're searching for like the evidence of his sister being kidnapped. That part literally took me 20 minutes because certain parts were hidden
the
in grass
investigation
and it wouldn't show you where the fuck you were supposed to
You have
go.
to click on one before the other one lights up.
Yeah,
before
you have
the
to
other one
like
lights
go
up.
over it, and then it's like, oh hey, guess what? There's a point right here.
Yeah,
The
that's
investigation in the game is not good at all, and you only use it like twice. Why is it even a function?
That's a period. On
You're really
that,
going-
sense. Okay.
fair. Is that what the
What do you give
is?
the
Is it
game
dot?
out of 10?
6. And that's better than I should have given it.
God, your eye was like really fucking twitching when you said that. It's like. All right, Cameron, you care to bring
all right,
logic?
somebody on the Twitch thing thinks I'm overcomplicating the game, and that's just not true.
It's Roxanne.
There are things that just don't work in this game, and that's everything that I said.
let me see if I got it. Yeah. I'm gonna shit my pants. 9. 9 for gameplay.
Wow. Okay, Cameron. Give us the opposite spiel of what Cameron.
I really fucking enjoy this game. I know how Caleb can get sometimes. If one little thing really pisses him off, he really just blows it up. And so that's kind of what we heard just there. But no, I really enjoyed the gameplay.
It's the hyper focus.
I
That's what the
admit the each weapon I would only use one type of ammo from it besides the hunter bow.
Dude, that's like that's the entire part of the game. You
But
have to fight against the weaknesses
I
with
would,
those
depending
weapons.
on who I was going to face, I would then just change which weapons I brought. To
Yeah,
the
I only
engagement.
did that a few times.
And so
because I knew
I'd
It
be
wants
like-
you to go
exist.
into the menu to switch weapons and then use those weapons on the weapon wheel so that you fucking switch
That's
them
why
again.
it's an RPG.
It
gotta
wants
go-
you to
you're in your
switch
menu all
thousands
day.
of times.
You're in your menu. That's why it's an RPG.
And then I developed
fucking stupid. You
made it an RPG.
weapons that would suit my type of gameplay, and I just kept using those weapons. So yeah,
What makes it a 9/9? out of 10 though.
The fact that he just wants to fight me on this.
No,
Because both of you do.
What makes it a 9 out of 10?
I haven't said shit yet.
Giving
don't
in to the hype.
Want to pull it, so it's not a 10 for me because I don't know. It was like the weapons for me, like he said, and then the climbing was just really boring. There was this one part when you're climbing the Maker's End tower that Joe was really complaining about. There's a part of the tower you can just climb straight up the center and skip a whole bunch of it.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
it's sweet.
You just climb right up the fucking
Found
center,
it after I missed
basically
my
almost
jump.
to the top. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not see whatever you're talking about.
All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 as well. I think the gameplay in this game is almost perfect. It is difficult.
It's not.
It is challenging.
It's nowhere near.
There are certain spots where you have to hit the machines. I love that. I love the variety this game gives me. I love that if I can't shoot it in its face, I can shoot it in its ass. Or I
Yeah,
can
do
shoot
you
its
like the
stupid
fact that
canister.
arrows will take a 90-degree turn to hit somebody sometimes?
It does have an arc, but I enjoy headshotting the humans, which is always fun. I just enjoy figuring out how to kill an animal or a T-Rex by ripping off its guns and then just shredding every single motherfucking one of them from then on. Like
With their own weapons.
with their own weapons.
yeah.
That is amazing.
That
That's
is
actually one of the reasons why I still gave it a high score is because I do enjoy using that.
It's over 5.
shooting the
Well, yeah,
shooting the
but-
lasers off of the lion guys and then just going to town. That's fucking
Yeah,
sweet.
using
man.
the fucking disc launcher
Yeah.
against the Thunderjaw
when you
is like
figure out,
amazing.
When you figure out that you can pick that shit up, it is just like, okay, this game play just went to like a 9, where it was like an 8 before. Which I know doesn't sound like a big increase, but it's awesome. It kicks into overdrive. I like the extra stuff. The collectibles were pretty standard. I like that they existed and that they were like kind of reminiscent of the world before. I like the Vista points. I thought it was really cool that we were in our own backyard, basically. We have like
In Utah.
Kings Peak. We have what I assume is Goblin Valley looking area, and then we have
There's like
So
a
it's-
Green River area,
Green River.
too.
Yes. Oh, yes.
I went through it. I was like,
This is great.
looks exactly like Green River. And then later on, they were like Bryce Canyon, Utah. I'm like, oh, okay. So they just
Yeah.
So
They just
if you ever
morphed
wandered across to see if you ever wondered
eastern half
what
of
our
our
area
state.
looks like, they've just played
This
this
is
game.
Utah. Yeah. All of the variety in this game is Utah, and that's why it's awesome here.
Yeah.
The machines are the Mormons. There are peaceful ones, and some you can ride, because they call it soaking. They call it soaking.
Oh my God.
But I don't know. I thought the gameplay was a lot of fun. There were a few parts that did bother me. Sometimes the leveling of equipment it just seemed like they wanted to dabble, but they didn't go far enough, but then they went too far at the same time. Like they didn't really know exactly what they wanted with the game at times, which is something Caleb brought up to me personally. And I kind of agree. I just don't think they botched anything by doing that.
I think they did.
It feels like an open world game. It feels like a Far Cry that is more difficult, more strategic, and has a better story, I would say.
Wow.
It's not it's not as epic as that final fight against that one fire chick in Far Cry, but the gameplay is so much better and so much more complicated in this, I think, personally.
It is
because
more
of-
complicated.
because of the weak points. I think that is really cool.
The
Like,
weak points is cool.
you have
Using
to be-
traps and shit is cool.
yeah, you have to be on point for some of these monsters that they will fucking kill you over and over again. You can get two-shot by so many creatures in this fucking
Yeah, you
game.
have to know how to take these things down.
So it's like a cakewalk until you fuck up just a little bit, and then you're dead. And then
Yeah.
you start all over again, and it's like, fuck. And then you got to find out a new strategy. I love clearing the bandit camps. I had a lot of fun with it.
Bandit
so.
camps were cool, but like because the stealth is a lie, it's not as good as like Far Cry is for taking out the camps of enemies, where you can literally just sneak around and shoot people in the head. Because some of the dudes will survive if you shoot them in the head.
Make your cat
Just
go.
The heavies,
because-
yeah. The heavies.
Well, the heavies you can still take them out if you like do a double or triple shot arrow, but even then, some dudes will just randomly survive. I don't know how they're doing it, but they just fucking do, and it pisses me off. And I've
All right.
seen arrows
All
go
right.
through dudes' heads, and it'll do nothing.
Yeah, long range bow for sure, Roxo. The ammo is a little more expensive, but I ended up Dude, whenever I got to a new corruption
Use
zone,
the wires.
I would just go. I would teleport to a merchant and buy like 1,000,000 wires. Just fucking buy them all.
Oh, that's
day.
a good idea. I didn't think about
So
doing
near
that.
the end of the
fuck.
game, I had all the wires I could want. For some reason, near the end of the game, I was running out of fucking blaze and echo shells. That's what I was.
I wasn't.
running out of.
I never
Wasn't
ran out
using
of
'em.
anything.
Same here. I didn't use those for a long
I
time.
ran out of wire a lot.
Dude, you
Yeah,
find
wire,
out the
yeah.
usefulness of setting things on fucking fire.
Yeah,
like
I
the
used
Deathbringers, they'll overheat on their own, but you can help them along much faster.
Deathbringers,
if you,
I thought were disappointingly easy.
if
I would
you,
just
if
sit
you
there.
shoot them
Yeah,
with a
they
few
were.
fire arrows, they will overheat almost immediately, and all their weak points come popping out.
I
They
would just sit there behind a rock and shoot the turrets until the weak points popped
That
out.
very first one that you fight that's like just stuck in the ground, I
Yeah.
shot him with
Super
one
easy.
of those like arrows that just pop all their stuff off. I did that and like half of his health went away. Just like instantly.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It was like,
Where did
oh
I hit him?
man.
Yeah.
Why were these so scary back in the
Yeah, like why
land
is this a
before
big
time?
deal? Why are you people afraid of this thing? Like it will kill you if you're standing out there, but why are you being
Yeah, the first one wasn't anything. But
Yeah. All right, Craig, what about Joe, not Craig.
Okay, well, you said Schweiss that it was Far Cry, but most of it was better. I happen to disagree.
Me too.
And it's not by like a huge margin either. I do give this game 7 out of 10. I do think it is solid gameplay. It's the complicatedness is definitely not my cup of tea, but I prefer games that are fluid. And I found Far Cry to be a lot more fluid, and it took me hours and hours to understand the mechanics of this game, which may be a fun point for some people. So I'm not going to like argue against that, but for me, Far Cry was like, just go, and it's going to be fun. This game was like, okay, you go, and you're going to get fucked. So you got to stop,
But you're gonna like it.
wait
after
in
a
the
while.
grass, figure things out, and I didn't want to figure things out. I just wanted to play. And so it was just it wasn't my cup of tea. I didn't find the combat as fun as Far Cry. I liked I did a shitload of extra stuff in Far Cry. And it was because I was loving every second of my time in that game. And so like getting the extra creatures for
Taming.
to ride
Yeah.
for taming, and in Far Cry I was into taking over all of the bad guys' places, like we were talking about earlier. I would stay to the side. I would send my creature in. I would snipe, and then eventually I would have to fight in some of the areas in Far Cry. In this game, I pretty much was like, I don't care. I just have to beat this thing because I have to beat it for Nude Clan.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, if I had never played Far Cry Primal, then this would probably be or would have been a really fun game for me. But because I had played Far Cry Primal, all I was doing this entire time, and it's not the game's fault necessarily, all I was doing the entire time was comparing it to Far Cry Primal and how much more I wanted to play Far Cry Primal at that moment.
Yeah.
Because Far Cry, it's not the complicatedness, not the challenge to me. It was the fun factor, and I just didn't have as much fun in this game as I did in Far Cry. But it's still a really good, solid game. So I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. That's fair.
So, okay, what is unique to this game is the art design, which is our next category. What do you guys think of how it looks? Craig, would you like to go on another 25-minute rant?
I don't need to go on a rant necessarily for this one. I do enjoy the way that things look. The creatures look really fucking cool. I enjoy that everything like on the creatures can be broken off, and like they'll just like stay sitting on the ground and stuff unless you pick them up as the metal shards or whatever. I also like the look of just like the vistas. Like it gives you like really neat looking expanses when you and like climbing up that high stuff. You can
The game
see.
looks good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks really good.
It's like that's one. Even if you don't like certain aspects of the game, you're looking at it like this is a good looking game.
It's a good looking game.
Yeah.
I totally agree. And it's got a very unique design. Of course, obviously, like the thing that they were getting off of when they were making this game, and I mean getting off this time. I actually do mean it. They were like, oh, robots and cavemen.
See, at first I was prepared
Then they
to
came.
hate that whole concept.
And-
Yeah,
At first, I was like, I was like,
Cameron's weeb meter was like, boom.
I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Why are we fighting fucking robots with bows and arrows? It doesn't make sense. It sounds like someone's wet dream. Oh, it'd be cool if like you fought robots with swords and shit.
Yeah.
No, I fucking hate that shit.
I've never had sex,
but
so I want to kill
as
robots.
the story
Yeah, I feel you.
unfolds, then I started liking it. I just remembered that I hated the game when I started it because of that. I didn't hate it, but I'm like,
But I came to you and I said, Cameron, if they weren't robots, it would just be Primal again.
yeah, that's true.
And all was fixed.
No. I understood. I'm like, okay, but then as I learned why there's robots, it made a lot more fucking sense. And then as I learned, the humans before time were not just fucking making robot animals because it's fucking cool to make a giant T-Rex. But I found out later it was Gaia and then Hades doing that shit. And then I'm like, okay, it makes more fucking sense. The humans were making Deathbringers. That's what they were doing, and it makes sense.
I will say that this game looks pretty good. There are some like graphic effects that don't really work, like people's hair go through their skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably
Like,
the
there's
only.
some little graphical glitches, but then I'll give you my real.
There was this
qualm.
one time.
Yeah, okay.
with
Before
this
you get
game.
into that, it's the human design of in the game is
The uncanny
ridiculous.
valley of face, or are you talking about clothes and hair and shit? Because
Everything. Just every
part
Alex
part
hates
of
the facial expression. in this
the
game.
people's faces in this game are weird.
Yeah, dude,
they're
it's-
weird. You look at them, they're realistic, but their muscles aren't working right. And like when they talk, their mouths don't look right when they talk. And it is just it's like watching Spirits Within, only worse. Like it's an uncanny valley, like soulless people. They tried so hard to be realistic that it's weird, but at the same time, what you're about to go off of is something I'm not going to dock it for in the art design. But go ahead.
What do you mean? What I'm gonna go get off on
People's
it for?
fucking hair and shit.
Oh, well, you were gonna say stuff about the
no.
hair. You
No, I
you
was
hate
just
the
gonna-
dreadhawk
I
of
was
the
gonna-
dude named Tab.
I make fun of it.
Yeah.
I was talking about their faces and how the animation works on
dude,
people's faces. It's weird.
It's like
There's a point where someone starts making faces look realistic, where it's the uncanniness about it,
There's
and
like
so
the-
people
the-
just can't get into it.
The face was realistic, but the movement didn't feel like it was realistic. I guess it's like it's a feel sort of thing. I can't really point at anything.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice it, but Alex was like, the facial expressions
during the
are awful in
cut
this
scenes
game.
where they're like talking to each other, like she will make really weird facial.
Oh, did you see the
expressions.
one that I said, like when you smell the Kregert, when she had her eyes like
Yeah, dude. Like
that was amazing.
There
She
was,
was
like,
fading out of.
she does
Yeah.
stuff like that all
Her
the time.
eyes were like
She's
rolling. It was like someone like slipped their tongue all up in there, and she's
when-
like,
They can be. She'll be talking to somebody, and they'll go through like 40 different like
Yeah.
facial expressions, which is completely unnecessary.
But you know what they
It's
can
super
say?
weird.
They can say, not as bad as Mass Effect. Not as bad as Mass
Yeah.
Effect.
yeah, I suppose, yeah. No one shit on it like they did Mass Effect. Mass Effect, they were like weird.
Well, Mass Effect, it was like a weird fucking grin.
They
at
went
one
really
moment, too.
extreme in Mass Effect, but it's pretty close as far as I've seen of both videos.
That
Like
guy's
of two
square
videos.
hat in Horizon. I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah,
It was like
the
a hood,
Sun
but it was
King's
like
hat.
like a square.
No, it was not the Sun Kings. It was the priest
Shadow
hat.
Carja dude.
The priest. hat.
Oh, okay.
Where it was like the
Ridiculous.
star on top of his head. It's
Yeah,
like-
Like,
okay,
come on,
yeah,
guys,
that-
you're
that dude was
cavemen. You don't
ridiculous.
have enough time
They're
to
not
be making this
cavemen.
stupid shit.
Well, they don't make it. It's all from machine parts.
Do you see?
Yeah, but they make them out of the
Did
machine
you see
parts.
the city that
Yeah,
the Carja
but-
made? They're not cavemen
Carja.
anymore.
Yeah, those guys are better than the others.
The other guys, they have architecture, they
Yeah,
had
they're-
culture, so they're a little bit further ahead than
Oh
the
my
Banuk
god, dude!
and the
You
Nora.
bringing up culture pisses me off because, like, there was one side quest. I don't know if you guys did it, but there was like one that was like, "Hey, go get us what are the alligators called again?
Snapjaw.
Snapjaws? Okay, yeah. He's like, go get us a snapjaw lens, and then the other guy's like, go get us a long leg lens, and they're like fighting about it the entire time. It's fucking annoying, these two guys, and I guess they're meant to be, so it's whatever. But one of them was like, we need the long leg lens because we're cultured, and I'm like, what is that even?
Hey, what is that?
It was
What?
like- and then the other dude's like talking about forging the snapjaw lens because it'll be stronger, and I'm like, how are you gonna forge a lens? I was like, what the fuck is a lens gonna do for you? It's like glass. Like, what is that gonna? How is that gonna be stronger than a long lens where they're both just gonna be fucking glass? I don't get it.
Okay.
It's fucking.
Right. I did not pay attention to like anything.
Dude, I only remember that because like the whole fucking thing, just like those
All right.
two guys.
Art design
me.
out of 10.
Out of 10, I'll give it a 9 because I enjoy the way everything does look. The character models are decent, but they do not. I don't know. They don't like the facial expressions they make are kind of weird, especially during certain cutscenes where it like zooms in on their fucking faces.
It's like people's mouths didn't work.
Yeah, they
quite
didn't.
Right.
They
It was
didn't
just
move
weird.
in the right way, and then they make weird facial expressions.
But otherwise,
while
it's a really
doing
beautiful game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the background and like just the environment and even the machines and stuff all looked really good.
Yeah.
The human things were the only thing that probably dragged it down a bit.
Yeah. So other than that, yeah, it looks really.
I love
looked
how you
really good.
give it a 9.
Each area has a very distinct feel to it. So the separate cultures that you'd go to, the separate customs they have, and just the general look of the game was really good. I'd give that a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I like it. I like that it was set in Colorado/Utah. It was kind of cool. Kings Peak was way too easy to climb. But, other than that.
But this is fucking Aloy. Of course it's easy for her to climb.
Yeah, well, it was way easy. But, I enjoy the way things looked. I do like how each area did have its own kind of distinct look to it. It all felt different. And I don't know. I think it was a beautiful world. I liked exploring it. And yeah, there were a few weird things.
Our world.
Yeah, exactly. There were a few things with the animations, and I mean, it's an open world game, so there were times where like trees were growing out of walls and shit like that.
I
because
did
it just
see that on
randomly generates
occasion,
the
but
map.
it wasn't like a big deal.
Yeah, that's how it's going to be with all of these. Far Cry does the same thing. So, yeah,
It's not like the open world in Dying Light that Cam and I played, where there'd be like flat cans that are just part of the ground. Just like not anything. They're just like blended in with like rocks and shit.
I know. So this is one gripe I just remembered I want to talk about. I know Aloy's athletic as shit, but just one little tap of the stick and all of a sudden she's standing on the fucking table. Like you're just trying to read some stuff on the table. Oh, now you're fucking standing on the table. It's like, okay, come on, now get off the table. Now read the fucking thing that was there. You were trying to get... No, you're on the table again. Okay, well.
You want to see
up.
what that would be like in real life if someone was acting like that?
yeah.
You know how people do like pretending they're from GTA 5 as they're walking around? I want to see people like just walk onto a table like it's just a fluid I am now on the table.
You have to have some insane
the
leg
table.
strength and stretching ability.
There's like no obvious like I'm stepping up and hoisting myself on the table. I'm just like one step, I'm on the table now. It's just how Ayla, that's how she rolls. She's now on the table.
magic.
All right, Twice, look at the game.
Oh, I gave it a 9.
Oh, you already gave it a score?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it looks great. There are a few issues with the facial things I've noticed. A few rendering problems. The hair sometimes looks weird. Like everybody's hair is
Fucked up.
odd. Yeah, it's just
Everybody's got
strange.
dreads.
It's like 15,
or the weirdest haircut in existence.
It's like FF15 where everybody with facial hair has like really garbage facial hair.
Technology
It's,
is
like, just
gone,
thin,
but
like,
their
super thin.
their hair care products are amazing.
Yeah. But
And then Teb just has shit jeans.
yeah, Tab is just a disgusting
Dreadhawk.
It's the worst hair ever. Oh, it's disgusting.
He's got a mohawk made
I'm
of
giving
dreads.
the look of the game, art design, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, knocking 1 point for the weird ass face animations, and then another one for the little graphical glitches. I see.
Yeah, there's this one part where I was just...
But
minding my own
otherwise, it's a
business,
beautiful game.
And then the sun was setting and the thematic lighting and everything. And I looked over and there's this valley in the distance that just kept fucking blinking.
Oh yeah, I saw one like that.
And
too,
I'm
where
like,
it's
is there like a signal over there? Should I go over there? And I look over and it stops. And I look slightly away and it starts up again. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's a glitch.
And then your character just like starts like tilting, and then like you're like, son of a bitch. Oh god. You just go out into space.
or your geese will just stop moving.
Oh, yeah.
Just flying.
I had a glitch
in place.
where I like came across a flock of geese, and they were like right above the ground, just like flying. And I like stopped
Hover
and
geese.
I looked, and I just posted a little thing on Twitter. There was that was really funny, and then I also overrode a dude like through his ass. I like, stuck my stick up there and was all fucking tinkering around in his asshole. It's like,
There's this one part where I was fighting the
I'm
Carja
saying.
that
I'm
made
gonna
it.
have to try that later.
yeah.
There's that one point where the Carja got into the area that's right below the main city, or the Shadow Carja, right? And then there's this part where I was dodging back and forth in between this door and shooting at him and walking back into my doorway for me to reload. And there's this point where as I went back into the corridor to reload, I started swimming in a puddle. Like she started doing the swimming animation in like an inch of water.
An inch of water.
She was
She's
just...
like, I'm ready for this. I know there's gonna be a pit somewhere.
Dude, the swimming is so pointless in this game. There's
Yeah.
like nothing to do in the water at all.
All right, before you go on a 20-minute rant again.
I'm not
We're
going to
2
go.
hours
I don't
into this
have to
review.
go on to rants for everything.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
I could have at other
Music.
points, but we stopped.
Music.
Music is okay.
Yeah, music.
I didn't.
That's what I think. Music and sound and voice acting.
The voice acting is like subpar, I kind of think, because
Okay.
like during some of the cutscenes, or just like when you're talking to somebody, you know how like they zoom in on people's faces and stuff. Like they won't. There will be certain parts where Aloy is the biggest random emotion person in the world. Like she'll either emit a ton of emotion in a moment and then zero the next.
Okay. Well, is that part of your choosing or just...
No, it has nothing to do with like the stuff you choose. Like it's just she'll just be emotionless. Like she was completely emotionless when she talked about Ross dying, but then she'll like freak out when somebody says, "I don't like you doing this" or whatever, and it's like, okay, what the fuck? It's weird.
Cameron?
Are we on?
Music, sound.
Yeah, music.
So I feel like the voice acting,
Orgasmic cries.
So many of those.
the voice acting for the most part was really good, and there's a lot of extra voice acting parts that you can find scattered throughout, like those little
the
those
voice
recorded messages.
yeah.
Like they didn't skimp on the voice acting part. They have a lot of
They did more work than Bethesda does.
That's true. They had more than 4 dudes doing the voices for over 100 characters.
And each character had so it was immersive in that sense with the voice acting. The music did a great job of being there to help influence the feeling of a situation without being overbearing in any way. And it didn't sound like a guy in the back room on his synthesizer just going at it either. So it, to me, accentuated the gameplay, didn't take away from anything in any way. So 9 out of 10 for
9 out of 10
yeah.
for music, sound.
And then and just not just like the sound of just like the when you're underground, everything sounded like you were under in a compound underground, and then the way the monsters sounded when you're taking parts off of them, each the little the monsters, like the little cry they would make when you hit their soft spot. All of that was just I really liked it.
What's your score, Craig?
For music and sound
Yeah.
stuff, I'll give it a 7.
7? Okay. All right. Choice?
I'll probably give it an 8. I liked the voice acting. I liked the music was pretty atmospheric. I don't think it ever got super epic like it did in Far Cry, so that was kind of...
It never had
like
a
the
peak.
game. It's almost exactly like it.
Yeah,
Far
it-
Cry. Okay. All right. I just want to say Far Cry one more time in this review. I think
Yeah.
that's important that we hammer the fact that it is Far Cry. Just
Yeah,
with
Well,
robots.
that'll be in the replayability.
and
If you've never played Far Cry Primal, play Far Cry Primal, and it'll be your second playthrough of this game.
It'll be slightly easier.
It will be slightly easier,
Yeah.
and you'll notice that it'll be in first person. Don't let that deter you.
Yeah, I felt like the sound, everything sounded pretty good. Music was kind of so-so. There were a few parts that I really enjoyed. The voice acting was great. Ray Chase actually voice acted in it, when I was screenshotting the credits for me beating it, I saw that he was like additional voices.
Oh, really?
So I like tweeted
That's
him.
interesting.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know you worked on this game. Congrats on working on the best game from this year so far. So that was cool.
To this point.
He probably likes Persona more. But
I can't say I haven't beat it yet. So
yeah, I thought it serviced the game very well. Everything sounded right, and yeah, I just wasn't blown away by the music necessarily. So it was
Yeah, the music was almost non-existent. So I didn't know. I don't know what to put for a score for that. But the voice acting I thought was really well done, and the soundscape was really cool. So I am going to go ahead and give it a 7 out of 10. I do prefer that. I wish the music would be used a little bit more.
yeah,
Or be more interesting so that I can remember.
it does have cinematic parts, and like not having any music to accompany certain things like made it kind of.
It was that kind of trailery score where it had a lot of like things.
Yeah,
It was just a boom in it, and I'm not that impressed by that kind of music. Not
Yeah.
since Inception.
Yeah, the guy who did the music, his name is Joris de Man, and he composed the music for Killzone 2 as well, which he did get an award for.
Killzone does have some pretty sweet music in it.
I know. That's why it's weird, but it was fun.
Replayability, baby.
Will you play it again, Craig?
I'll probably play it again for the story DLC that's coming out soon.
So it's only replayable because of the...
It does have a story element adding in DLC, which is kind of... I don't really like that they're adding story in a DLC for this game. I just kind of wish that every other part of the story would just be in a sequel. Because I honestly do want a sequel, because this is the first game, like a new IP, so it's the first game in a series, and so those usually have issues in where they don't really know what they want to do with their game. That's like what I would basically spend a lot of time pointing out. It borrowed a lot of stuff from other games, and so I kind of hope that with a sequel it'll refine those things.
Those things that it borrows, or
The things that are borrowed,
its
yeah,
own game.
and then I want them to have more of a voice for this game.
I agree with
like more of a unique voice, like, because there was some elements where like switching between different ammo types of the weapon on the weapon wheel was kind of a unique thing. Being able to switch between like the bow or whatever equipped weapon you have, and then using the spear was pretty fluid. Just holding down L2 to aim down was like enough to bring out the bow, and then using R1 or R2 is enough to use the spear. So it's just, you have two weapons right there instantly, and that's pretty sweet. I enjoyed that, but I don't know. There's just I would still say play it because it is a fun game. There's a lot of stuff to it that is good, like the using the traps, the using the focus to find the weak points for the enemies, which is a really cool thing in the game. That kind of thing is really cool, but it just really does borrow most of its gameplay from other games, and so it doesn't really have enough of it to like really say that I would play it without it adding story DLC. Yeah,
I agree with Craig totally on all that statement. Okay, what's your score for replayability, buddy?
For replayability, because there's some trophies I still haven't earned, and there's still going to be a story DLC, I'll probably give it like 6.
6 out of 10. Okay. Cameron?
Well, now this is definitely a game where I feel the urge to get the platinum. It comes down to time where we do have a list of games that we always need to play.
I'm just saying, in a regular world, would you play this again?
In a world where you are not new
I'll give this one a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
In replayability, because I want that platinum.
Okay. Twice?
It's an interesting thing for me because this is a open world game, and it does have that open world game feel. And when I jumped into it, I was like, great, another game that's the same. Another game that's wide open, that I kill a bunch of shit, that I have a bow, that I harvest shit from the ground.
That you climb towers
Climb
to
stuff.
see more of the map.
Oh my god, yes. But I did set out and say, you know what, I'm going to get the platinum for this thing. I'm going to play it to completion. I'm going to finish the game with that platinum trophy, and that's exactly what I did. I will give replayability, I'll give it an 8. I'm going to replay it, but I probably wouldn't replay it that soon because I did everything in this game. Like, there were maybe a couple side quests that I might not have done, but I mean, I'm talking like damn near 100% completion for this thing. It is done. Like, there is nothing left for me in this world. But I will return for the DLC content, and if they came out, maybe I'll try it again with like hard mode or like an extreme mode, because I don't know, that might be fun to run just for the hell of it, just to cruise through the story, see how low I can make my level upon completion and whatnot. So it's something that I would be interested in running through again in a perfect world where I didn't have a bunch of shit to do, but it'll probably be a while. But I will jump back on for that DLC for sure.
My replayability is 6 out of 10. I do think it is a decent game, and I do think there's a lot of good replayability things in it. But since I got the super armor when I was in the campaign,
That's totally an Assassin's Creed thing,
that's
by
kind
the
of
way.
like something I would get somewhere else, and there's not much else to do that would pull me into the game. On top of that, I still, to the very last moment of the game, was like, I kind of want to play Far Cry Primal right now. So
It just made you want to play Far Cry
So
Primal.
it's like, well, if you never played Far Cry Primal, this would probably be a very high replayability game. But Far Cry Primal is still pulling at me to this day. And so the 6 out of 10 is because I would rather play Far Cry Primal. It's still a good, decent game, though. All right, so these are the scores. For story, Schweiss give it a 9. Craig give it an 8. Cameron give it a 9. I give it an 8. Gameplay, Schweiss give it a 9. Craig give it a 6. Cameron give it a 9. I give it a 7. Art design, Schweiss give it a 9. Craig give it a 9. Cameron give it a 9. I give it a 7. For sound and music, Schweiss give it an 8. Craig give it a 7. Cameron give it a 9. And I give it a 7. Replayability, Schweiss give it an 8. Craig give it a 6. Guess what score Cameron gave it? A 9. Cameron gave it a 9, all 9s. And then I gave it a 6. Schweiss's score is 43 out of 50. Craig's score is 36 out of 50. Cameron's score is 45 out of 50. And my score is 36.
For a total of 160 out of 200, otherwise known as 80 out of 100.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're probably right. Play the game? Don't play the game?
Dude, that's still like a toss-up for me. I would say, yeah, probably go ahead and play it. It's a pretty good PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah, it's a really good exclusive. It's definitely worth it.
I like that they're attempting new IPs. That's probably my favorite thing ever about like game studios, when they make something new. And then, okay, just real quick, Skull asked me like why I would lower a score because it's just like other games, and the reason is because it's too much like other games. It doesn't have enough of its own unique stuff, and the stuff that it borrows from other games is not
borrowed.
It's
so
like
much like Far Cry.
it's basically copy and paste, but then just not as well done. Like that's just my biggest gripe with it, is like, it's fine that it's borrowing from other games because a lot of other games do, but it's just too much borrowing and not enough of its own unique
I would
voice.
argue it's like Halo 4 with the equipment drops. Like, it took all the shit from Call of Duty and put it in
like
Halo 4.
Halo
and it's like,
4 is now
it's
basically
no longer Halo.
It's Call of
Duty
Halo.
Yeah. Exactly. So it didn't take its own unique. Now that's a sequel, but it didn't take its own uniqueness and continue with it.
It just took
It
somebody
just borrowed
else's.
shit.
Yeah, like
So the
it's-
unique thing in this game is how to kill the monsters, right? That's the one unique.
Yeah,
thing.
I would say that, the
But
trapping.
everything else is from another game.
Yeah, pretty much everything else is from other games.
Yeah, I mean, it can easily be argued that every game borrows from something before it, though.
That's what I just said. Like, a lot of games do borrow, but this is like, it doesn't have enough of itself, though.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
guess.
It doesn't have like. What would you say is the most unique thing out of this game?
I would say the story concept and the combat for the monster.
I don't think the story concept is that unique.
I like it.
There's too many like sci-fi things it's taken out of.
Okay.
I think it is only killing the monsters.
So would you say that that's the most unique thing about this game?
Yeah, I would say
that you haven't really seen in other games?
Yeah, the way you can take down the beasts.
Okay.
It's just complex. And you can vary from
And then
mission to mission.
how many of the same things could you say is from other games?
A lot of it's influenced at the very least.
Because
It's not directly
we already
taken
said
over.
that it's a lot of
All
Far
I did
Cry
in
Primal.
Far Cry was pick up
Yeah.
sticks along the way, and that's the same thing I did in this game. Was pick up sticks. It's like,
That's true. A
Sticks
lot of
and
picking
flowers,
stuff
sticks
up.
and flowers.
And then the crazy
sticks and
thing
flowers.
is the next game I play is Shadow of Mordor, and I'm like, I like it, but it is another wide open game. So, it's I still like it. I think it's worthwhile. Metacritic has it at an 89 out of 100, so we rated it a little bit low. Cameron was pretty much on point. I was a little closer, but these two shitlords on the other side of the
Shitlord.
table here.
Dude, I have to tell it like it is, man. Like, I have heard people say that this is like one of the best games ever.
I've heard that too.
I just can't agree.
I don't agree either, but I still had a lot of fun with it.
I think I had fun with it as well. I believe that it is a good attempt at a new IP. I really do. But I just can't say that I believe it's as good as anything else, that it would be as highly rated as some of the people have told me that it is.
Okay, that's fine. You're probably going to hate Zelda too, aren't you? You little fuck.
You know what? I've heard this game compared to the new Zelda a lot, and the new
Oh,
Zelda
boy.
has
Don't do
been
that.
called the best Zelda game ever.
I know. That's why I'm
And
like.
that's why I'm like,
every Zelda game.
I'm like,
does.
are you
it's
sure?
true, but like,
Are
it's
you
like,
sure? Give it some fucking breathing room here, people. Give it a little while.
I don't
God.
know.
That's like 15. People are like, oh, it's the best Final Fantasy of all time. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it
About
isn't.
that.
No, it isn't. What was the last time you played one? Like, anyway, it does happen with new games, so I feel you. And maybe the opinion on it might change over time. Who knows? But I had a lot of fun with it. So
I would just like to see certain things revamped and done more to their own style in a sequel.
okay, maybe
Because
we'll
that's
get
usually
that,
what
yeah.
sequels do, is make it more unique than the first one.
Yeah, who knows what they'll take out and add, but
Yeah.
I loved the combat in it. It made it a lot of fun.
It was fun.
It made level grinding awesome after you finish all the quests.
Was there no other reviews saying that this is exactly Far Cry Primal?
I'm pretty sure I've heard a lot of people say it's a lot like Far Cry
It's
Primal.
Far Cry Primal with the robots.
Like I had Krinital actually be like, dude, don't rate it down because it's a lot like Primal, and I'm like, dude, the fact that you say that is like,
We're close to the user score. The user score
you
is
know,
8.3.
that
Okay,
it's
that's fair.
Primal like.
The worst rating it has is a 50.
No, it's that one. Or is that the user score?
No, that's a 0. Somebody give it 0.
That's a user review.
Yeah.
The lowest review is from US Gamer, from official review sources. Horizon Zero Dawn is disappointing. It has a story that I struggled to care about, complete with massive expository term dumps, yay, a bland protagonist, and overtly repetitive and constraining missions that worked against its open world sensibilities. When Horizon Zero Dawn hit its rare strides from its gloomy cauldrons to traveling across its sprawling vistas, it only made me wish the rest of the game were as worthwhile. That's the worst review on it on the internet, as far as a non-regular person, a peasant, is concerned. So
The lowest rated on there seemed to be.
yeah, so 50 out of 100.
Which I would never give
Someone
this a
gave it a
0.
0, which is totally asinine.
I thought it was a solid game. I thought
did
it was
too.
a solid
good
game.
gift. Good gift, right?
Good gift to have. If I hadn't played Primal, there might be a. I'm sorry, Krinital. I know it's hard. They're so fucking close
And
that they're hard
Krinital will
not to
shit
compare.
down your throat too. Is the thing. He'll tear you up.
He'll tear
He
you
doesn't
up. But
care.
I did think it was a solid game. I don't know.
All right, so now for the big thing. And I know Joe is going to follow me in this. I feel that it is my duty as a receiver of a gift, much like anyone who gets a fruitcake at Christmas time, it is my civil duty to pass it on to another loving home who will put it in their freezer and never even think about eating it because they aren't actually sure if it's food. That makes the game sound like a piece of shit.
Dude,
and I'm not
I've
meaning that.
never had
but
a piece of fruitcake that I didn't like.
I like fruitcake too, actually. but I don't eat
my
it.
mom makes
I don't just
amazing
buy
fruitcake.
it.
I don't think I've ever had fruitcake.
I had one that had rum in it, dude, and it was like, it was
never
awesome.
had fruitcake.
But I am going to donate this to
I'll
the
make some
giveaway
fruitcake for
pile,
you, Joe.
my copy of Horizon Zero Dawn.
My copy as well.
I want to keep at least one copy, and I know Craig is a greedy little fucker, and I already talked to him about this, and he's like, it's mine. It's a gift. I was like, Craig, you don't even like the game. He's like, it's a gift.
Dude, Jomo gave it to me. I will keep it.
It's a gift, dude. So we'll at least have one copy to play the fucking DLC if we all choose to, which I probably will when it comes out. I know Craig said he's interested in that, so I'm glad we at least will have one left. But Joe and I will be putting those up in the giveaway pile for the Patreon giveaway for the month of June. We're going to have 2 drawings, one for the Uber game, which would be Horizon Zero Dawn, and one for whatever game you want, which there's a second Horizon Zero Dawn on the market, so
we
you
got
could
Uber.
do that.
Did we get enough money that we're at the Uber drawings now?
Yeah.
No one told me. Thanks. Okay, cool. All right. So if you win, there's a big list. You don't have to pick Horizon Zero Dawn if you already have it.
Yeah, there's a big list
There's a big
online.
list of games you can grab from us.
Also, speaking of Patreon, thank you to Chase Sarzlani for your recent pledge, and Oznaka Flanka, if you're not a fake profile, thank you. If you are, come on. But I know Chase isn't because he supports UFF as well. So thank you guys for your recent pledges. I'm looking forward to trying to send out all of the stuff that we owe people, which I'm awful at, and I keep fucking forgetting to do. I'm going to work on that today. Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We
It's like Godzilla's behind, but that's because we didn't get
we
our
only
stickers
set
till
out
just
one
now.
batch of things, and we have more batches to get rid of. But we'll
okay.
send that out tonight, as well as any games that have been pledged. And I have a copy of Mortal Kombat that we all need to sign as well.
Okay.
I was going to give away Craig's version of the movie, and then I felt kind of bad because I didn't actually ask him.
Then you'd have to buy like my version of the movie.
The Blu-ray that you left over here, I was thinking
the copy of 4 movies. You
Yeah.
have to buy me another one of those.
I know, and then I was like, I'm just going to buy one online. We'll just take care of it the right way. So we need to sign that, send it off. We'll get caught up on all that, guys. But again, thank you for all your support for the podcasts. It goes a long ways. It's great.
I got a question from us to you.
Oh, okay.
we have to answer Caleb's from last week first.
You got it?
Well, there was only one response to it. You want to grab it?
I can while you ask your question.
All right, what's the
Okay.
new one? What you got for
My
us?
question from us to you, we did just get a question about 2017 games. Give us your top 3 games from 2017 that the clan must play, in your opinion.
Yeah, we're talking like Doom, which we all have a massive hard-on
I can't
for.
believe not enough people played that game when it came out. Just not enough people played Doom.
Yeah,
I was
everyone.
like, what?
Everyone, even if you don't like first-person shooters, play Doom.
Yep, play Doom.
Unless you also don't like metal at all, and then don't play Doom, because you'll just make me
Talking
mad,
to the wrong crowd if
Or
you're talking about
demons,
metal.
Yeah.
dude.
You're
It's
like really
so good.
anti-demon.
It's so fucking awesome. It's if you're anti-demon,
This is a real religious experience, real anti-demon.
Yeah.
give us your top 3 2017 games.
Yeah,
okay?
2017 games that you want us to work into the Nude Clan mix, I would
Yep.
say. And maybe we'll consider plugging them. I mean, obviously Persona might be on there. But, whatever. What do you guys think? Nier Automata has some good ones. So give us your top list, and I will at the very least consider
We'll see what we can
throwing
do.
them in, to the rotation.
Okay. So last week, it was asked, what should Caleb do about his troublesome neighbor?
Oh,
and
Jesus,
have
that's
you
right.
ever experienced something like that? Shinri says, yes, I think everybody has a troublesome neighbor sooner or later. Best thing to do is ignore them, or even though it's hard, try to be nice, like near Christmas, do something like take over cookies. If you have a party, invite them over. Just try to act kind. I found that grouchy, rude, and mean people are lonely and bitter, and they don't expect it when you are kind instead of treating them badly back.
Is Shinru giving us a mature response? Because I don't appreciate that on the forums.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck, man? This is Nude Clan.
This is Nude Clan. Come on, be a dick.
We want rage and
stupidity.
Yeah,
that's what we need.
Corey says set up appointments for plumbers, painter, pest
That's
control,
right.
and
That's
other
right.
services that you can think of. Make sure they're scheduled for the same day and 15 to 30 minutes apart, and make sure they're home.
Oh, dude. That's good.
Yeah. And then Crimson Command says, as much as I know you want to slug the guy straight in the face and drag his body to the nearest bear cave, I would suggest not to. As much as it pains you and me, anger problems unite. Just ignore him or do what Shinru said and be nice.
Wow. Another
Yeah.
mature response. It's not okay.
Yeah.
So are those them?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Such upstanding individuals listening to this
I know.
show.
Yeah,
What
this
the
is
hell?
A stark
aren't we
contrast.
a basket of deplorables? Isn't that what our audience is supposed to be? Or is that some other group of people? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But, yeah. Let us know what you think of the games of 2017 thus far. And thank you for those who participated in last week's question from us to you. Yeah, fuck. I don't think I have anything else.
No. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy the nude.
May the list go on.
Live always in the nude.
I'm not going to apologize for my scores, Skull Hottie. Don't you dare try to do it. Fuck off.
Skull, I tried.
What the fuck?
Oh, did the jingle not play?
Hang on. Sorry. Let me test something here.
One day.
Fuck off.